Exactly. Let's start the show.
Distance nerding.
What up, everybody? Saying
What to
hi
do?
to everybody out there in the world. Shout outs to Tyler Go, Tyler GOE, Tyler from. Saying hi to Tyler in our regular chat, but Tyler on Instagram, who is Tyler from
the block.
Tyler from the block.
Look, if Jenny can be from the block, Tyler can be from the block.
Right. No, from all of a sudden, it's the podcast that the guys we just met at LA Comic Con.
Real Time Russ.
Real Time Russ. I was trying to remember Russ.
Keeping it real with Real Time Russ.
Keeping it real with Real Time Russ. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler is the creator, and then Tyler said Real Time Russ right after that. So yeah, no, I'm terrible. And you know what's funny is I just caught up on your guys' show. So
Tyler is the one with the good hair. Remember his hair?
He's the one with the good hair. And
man, his hair.
Shout out
you should have interviewed his hair.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Chris Neal in the chat.
Interview.
I know, right? Shout out to Chris Neal in the chat saying, "What's up, man?"
We'll get the perfect curl.
Yeah.
To interview Tyler's hair. It'll be a hair versus hair.
Tyler said, "No, it's great hair!" Exclamation mark.
And we will talk to him about rabbits. All right, so
luscious locks, Tyler's hair. What? No, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind. Let's go.
Well, we've talked about Tyler for about a minute and a half now, so
yeah. It's not even
okay. Nobody needs a time police.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. I'm late on bringing up everything on here, but you know what that means. You are now watching and listening and experiencing Distance Nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con Radio podcast family.
She's Kraven, more Kraven. It's Jen from Frey Comics.
He's definitely in the top 5 of this 4-host panel. It's SHDU.
Hey.
You made top 5.
He didn't adopt the dark. He just can't find his glasses. It's Jahmez 5000.
And he's got a Mickey Mouse stuck in his throat.
Oh my!
Oh boy!
It's young Phil, and we're here to nerd
together. So you know what they call that? Mickey Mouse stuck in your throat.
God, it's whatever Ryan Reynolds said.
Oh, I was just gonna say they don't call that the 3-penny opera. They call that the 24-mile-an-hour opera.
We're talking about anything pop culture news, movies, food, music, wrestling, podcasts, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
That's right. Now, follow us on all of the social media places. Everywhere where social media exists, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to shoot us an email, guys, you can. It is possible. All you have to do is head over to your email of choice thingy and shoot us an email at Dist.
I'm excited for today. New segments. This is going to be fun.
Woo!
Wow.
I like segments.
Yeah.
I'm happy about
And
that.
for the record, if you have Mickey Mouse stuck in your throat, that is a Steamboat Willie. All right, so
right.
That's better. I love that.
That is way better.
Just yep.
Definitely not a song of the South.
I know the joke had left the building and gone home, but
It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read your email on the air, on the show, with all the fun and fixins. Guys, how's it been? How's your week been?
Yeah,
good, man. We're excited. Let's do this show. It's a weird light week of news, so we can just like talk about all kind. This is a nice like time to like review.
Yeah, it's just
the year.
Like nice
so
and
I'm excited for it.
casual, and
Yeah, and then
I mean, we lost Gal.
yeah.
oh yeah,
So right before Thanksgiving. So
Shout out to Gal. Part of the show.
she's
Every
every
week.
family.
she was like our unofficial mascot. So
Every time she would cry and sit on the corner, just
yeah. So there's that.
oh god. In the chat said, "What is this? I hear you want to interview Tyler's hair." That is amazing, and yes, we totally want to interview Tyler's hair. Just his hair, though, not
Not
Tyler.
the person under it, just the hair.
Right. Not the co-host of the podcast.
Right. No.
Interview just
The
the hair.
co-host.
Right.
Just the
Matter
hair.
of fact, I want an interview between Tyler's hair and the beard.
That would be much better.
Mm.
Look, the perfect curl is not ready to interview people, so the beard should do it.
Okay, the perfect curl. All I can hear the perfect curl saying is, "Oh yeah."
Well, that and she calls everybody a little bitch. So I mean,
am
that's
the perfect girl. I am the perfect girl, and my cream rises. They said they can make it happen. They can give us an interview with Tyler's hair.
That's fantastic. Look at us. We're going to be the first ever like hair interview show. Just like different hair, interviewing different hair. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. It's the beard interviews the hair.
And it can be different kinds of hair, like different facial features. Like facial hair, like you could do somebody that's got a zappa,
Right.
or like the little chin pubes, or just really luscious hair.
Chris Neal saying the cream always to the top along with the curl.
Yeah.
And the curl hangs out.
Shout out to Chris.
And then one more time, they said they met us at LA Comic Con. They loved us. A beard with a bird in there. That would be fun too. Ken presents the beard interviews.
Here we go.
I love the chatter happening on Instagram right now.
The beard from the void.
The beard from the void. Exactly. It's on there. So with all these jokes that we've been throwing out there, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled on the best or probably worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching The Download.
Is it over? Are we done?
Oh yeah. Oh,
The show's completely over. We're not doing the show anymore.
Bye,
That's
everybody.
it. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got the Geek End Update.
We're exposed with the Geek Freaks Podcast at Fan Expo SF.
That's right. Got a little bit of a starting rumors.
You merely adopted the dark. I bet my tacos on them.
Ooh, that's actually really, really fucking good. The Download.
Is Kraven hunting his way into our hearts?
Absolutely not. That trailer did not make me want to watch it anymore.
How about the 8 minutes?
Oh, you mean the abs? You mean like the 5 minutes of
First
abs?
8 minutes of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah. And of course, we're doing a new segment this week called Top Geeked.
What were the top shows of 2024? We'll tell you ours.
Oh, yeah. But of course,
or will we? Oh, we will.
maybe, possibly. Of course, before we get into all of that,
But first,
let me get a shout out. This show is brought to you by. That was fun. This show is brought to
Shout
you
out to Debbie.
Debbie is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Now, guys, you may be wondering to yourself, why is Debbie so different? Why should I drink Debbie because there's so many energy drinks that are out there. Let me tell you what it is. W contains Neurofactor. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off at checkout. Completely worth it. The flavors are delicious. All the merch is fun. Worth getting, especially for all you gamers out there, because it helps you continue on, and getting those extra weapons in Call of Duty or whatever it is that you're playing.
Whatever you kids are doing now.
Yeah, whatever you kids are doing now.
Veil Guard, whatever.
And your Call of Duties,
your Call of Duties and
Warcraft,
your Warcrafts, your Fortnites,
right?
Your Apex.
Yeah. I
your Disney
Fortnite.
Emoji Blitz.
Disney Emoji Blitz. God, bringing the OG joke. God, we haven't done that.
Angry Birds.
We haven't done that joke in like 3 years.
Marvel Strike Force.
Disney Emoji Blitz. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this Geek End update.
My desk looks so messy from here.
I'm having a strange sense of deja vu. I feel like we heard that before.
Distance Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio. Look for Distance Nerding Podcast, even this episode, and our second show, A Comic Conversation, each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. And we talked to Galaxy last week, so he's going to work on getting all those new episodes up for both shows. So expect I think it's almost 30 episodes between the two shows.
I thought you were going to say 30 years.
Comic-Con
30
Radio.
years of episodes. We've been doing this for the last century and a half.
It's been 30 years since the last episode.
50 years ago.
I feel like Jen just threw the heart of the ocean over the side of the ship just right now.
Immortality has its privileges.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, Comic-Con Radio, guys. Check that out. And check out all of our shows, because it is a butt ton of fun listening to all of our interviews and, of course, all of the shows you tune into every week here.
Yeah, and all of the weird craziness and tangents that we go on.
That's right.
Count them up. Just count them up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's move on to the next piece here. So before we bring on a commentator here.
Yeah.
And this weekend, Fan Expo in San Francisco happened. Now, we weren't there, because we all had different things that we were doing. But, of course, at that show, Hayden Christensen, Charlie Cox, Grant Gustin, Andy Serkis, Bruce Campbell, Danny Trejo, Cameron Moynihan, Giancarlo Esposito, Manny Jacinto, great friend of the show, Gray Delisle, because, we've interviewed her twice, Shamik Moore, Jody Benson, Frank Miller, Art Adams, just a plethora of people. Of course, our friends were there. IC Sounds Comics, Diego Iriarte, Brandon McKinney from 1010 and 1010 Press, and of course our buddy Stephen Yu. But along with all of that, to come on to the show and talk about their experience this weekend over at Geek Freaks, because Geek Freaks was there at Geek Freaks at Fan Expo.
Are you having a stroke?
I am having a stroke. I am having a stroke. Geek Freaks Podcast was there, and they're here to tell us about the con. So, ladies and gentlemen, Geek Freaks Podcast, whether you're into the latest blockbuster films, classic video games, niche comic book series, they've got you covered. Let's welcome on to the show our friend, Frank from Geek Freaks Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Hey,
Hi,
hey.
Frank.
I think we need to do a welfare check on Phil. He doesn't seem like he's firing on all cylinders tonight.
Absolutely not. I haven't had my W. That's my
I was
problem.
going to say it's either not enough W or too much W.
I didn't have it.
Yeah.
There's a fine line.
Exactly.
What's
so
up, Frank?
How
How's
you
it
been,
going?
Frank?
I was gonna say it's also because the way we had it written was in the past tense, and I'm like, okay, how do I make this so it becomes an introduction? And I'm like, nope, I fucked this up.
Malfunctioning brain. It's all right.
Oh, I'm broken. It's fine. I'm broken.
Yeah. So Fan Expo, right? This last
broken.
weekend over at San Francisco, it was a blast. And I wish you guys were there. There's so many cool people to meet. Cosplay, of course, through the roof. The panels were next level. Yeah, it was a ton of fun, and they do it right at Fan Expo. And I know that they're trying to be like San Francisco's next big con, and this is the right way to do it. It felt like it was showing up. It was good.
Okay, I have 3 questions.
Fire away.
What does Charlie Cox smell like?
That would be wonderful to know. He canceled.
Damn it.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
that's called the cock tease. Just want to throw it out there.
That is called
Yeah.
cock.
It's a cock tease,
The Cox
yes.
cheese?
Okay, and Giancarlo Esposito, did he say anything more about being Professor X?
Nothing.
Damn it.
He was playing it very close to that. He was doing the classic "I'm a professional actor" kind of thing, and just being like "actor," that kind of thing. So
Okay.
Which is like
And-
normally with
That sounds
John
about right. Yeah.
does, so
And did Manny Jacinto show off his abs?
unfortunately not, which is a real shame. I mean, I'm not sure why the hell you'd go to a convention with Manny on the poster and not get some abs,
Right.
but
Right?
we were all ripped off actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick
Well,
shout
he
out for
was.
my podcast. He'll be on the show in a couple months. So
Manny Jacinto will.
yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
I
So,
am.
Okay, you
do
go.
you have any open slots for an older woman who appreciates
Yeah.
a young
Jen, I'm gonna
Asian
need
man?
you. I need you to come on and be our ab alert. And if we go too long without abs showing up, I need you to jump in and fix that real quick.
Okay,
Get him organized.
I'm
You
gonna.
know, you say that, but I could make it happen.
Yeah, I'll give you like a button you could press.
I'm gonna have to make a
Manny?
button ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a spoiler alert button, but like ab alert.
Oh yeah. There we go.
But it's gonna be like ab alert. Ab alert. It's like it's also what happens when Aaron Taylor Johnson shows up on the screen, and she's just ab alert.
Yeah.
Have some dignity, Frey.
I am just giving the people what they want.
What they
That's
deserve.
Yes. No
He was a
second
saving
season
acolyte.
of Acolyte, no problem. More Manny Jacinto abs.
He did kind of leave that door open for he said that they're supposed to do 3 seasons of that. And this wasn't to me, this is somebody else, but he did leave that door open a little bit. I think it's completely closed, but hey,
Yeah.
I'd be happy if they brought it back and maybe kind of gave it to some sense. I don't think it had in the first season.
I
so
think,
that'd
yeah,
be nice.
we-
Rumor has it they're doing a prequel to that show that focuses on specifically the stranger, his character
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
relationship with Dark Place.
Ooh, okay.
Which is what's needed. I think he was the highlight of the series, and so if they were like, okay, let's just take the best asset of that and put it over here,
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah. Well, that and Space Trinity. And who was the green girl again?
Vanestra?
Vanestra.
Vanestra.
That's for real.
Mhm.
Yep.
She'll probably be in it
Yeah.
because she
They used-
dates the
She has
woman that.
she obviously had some type of relationship with Manny's character.
Yeah.
So
And she is a really big deal in the comics and the books and everything that are
Yeah.
before Acolyte.
And also her life partner created the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
anyways,
And
going
all-
back to Fan Expo.
Yeah, anyway. Right. Oh, yeah, we're talking about Comic-Con. So,
So again, like cosplays were great. The king of cosplays was Rhino was there from the Spider-Man games, full suit, just incredible. But there were so many great cosplays there, as per usual, and the panels were really amazing.
Awesome.
They had the entire Flash cast there, and just sitting that close to them and being like, they're really friends. It was so cool.
Wait, like everybody was there? That's awesome.
The only one that wasn't was Joe. Everybody else was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe's doing the show right
man.
now, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I loved the Flash. That was
Oh, me
such
too.
a
And
great
Wells, I'm not sure which name is the best name for it, but Wells was,
Wells.
yeah, he was a cut up. Oh my God. Him and Grant were going back and forth. They were sitting in the back and just, oh my God, it was exactly what you wanted out of them. So that was really fun.
That's awesome.
But there was the Fairly Odd Parents panel they thought was going to be kind of small, so you put it in a smaller room. Nope, it was like standing room only. They had all the voice actors that were there doing they were actually like talking to each other in the voices too. Cosmo, Wanda, all that.
That's
Why would
awesome.
you think that was going to be small? Like,
I know.
It's a very popular show.
Arakawa alone.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. The dude played Crocker. He played Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. Like that dude, he's massive.
Well, to me, it's all about Butch Hartman, which we did have a chance to talk to, and is a delight. But he did Danny Phantom too, and I'm like, I got to know more about live action Danny Phantom. When's that happening? They talked about the crossover, like they wanted to do a crossover with Fairly Odd Parents, but it just never got around to it. That would have been wild. But yeah, and then the Jimmy Neutron crossover. It was just such a blast from the past hearing these voices again. So yeah, that was a blast. Power Hour and all that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So good.
So cool. It was a 3-day con, right?
Were
you and you were there all 3 days?
We left the Sunday morning, so just kind of poked in and then popped back out. It's
okay, gotcha. So can you walk us through like what your con experience is like? Because you were on our show. You're like, hey, we're gonna get an Airbnb. We're gonna live down in San Francisco. Yeah. We're gonna make this happen.
Of course, the best part's the Airbnb when you guys are resting and partying the night before or the night after. But anyways, as for the con, we get there early. We sign up and we see who we were going to interview and whatnot, and go through all that rigmarole and all that fun stuff, and then take as many pictures as possible. Of course, try not to spend too much money at the vendors. Good luck on that. I did buy Thor 337, which I've been looking for a long time. It's the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, and it's like, score. That's my baby.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, good.
Wait, so that Thor, like Mighty Thor 337 then?
Yes, but it's Beta Ray Bill's origin. It's his first appearance. Yeah. And that's always been my holy grail, and they had it there for a pretty decent deal. It was $100, ungraded. So I'm going to get that thing graded. But yeah, that was biggie for me. And then, awesome. Panels the entire time. Like you were just jumping around, especially day 2 and 3, you were just jumping around from panel to panel. I cannot remember his name, but Gimli from Lord of the Rings was there, and he had like these old man stories from like Indiana Jones and Lord of the Rings, and just some of his old
Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Thank you, perfect, yes. And he's 81 years old and spry as could be. He's out there, kind of jumping around the stage a little bit as much as he can, and just wonderful. Superman and Lois were there talking about the finale right before the finale came out, and it was a blast. It was really
my god, that Doomsday looked amazing.
Why can't DCEU do? Well, whatever. We're in the DCU phase now. I don't even care anymore about Snyderverse.
It's all going to change at this point, man.
Yeah,
the balance of power in the DC universe is going to change.
Yeah.
And it's coming up, Wonder Woman.
That Doomsday that was in that show was the most comic book accurate live action version, and it was so good.
Yeah. That's all you have to do.
Watch it. I have to go back and watch it now.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, straight up pulled out of the 90s. It looks just like he does in the comics. It's perfect.
Yeah. Containment.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a great con all around. It was very busy. I would say probably around 50,000 people. It's 3 floors at San Francisco, and the top floor is the main stage, bottom floor is vendors, and in the middle you have like a bunch of different panels going on. Bunch of comic book writers there. Donny Cates, Larry, I can't remember his name, but the one that invented X-Men, the animated series. He did a really good show.
Larry Houston.
Larry Houston, thank you.
Yeah, I've been in talks with Larry Houston to come on our show for a while, and
he's great.
They like drop off after a while, but I figure because he's busy. But I mean, like, yeah,
he's a con dog. He's at all of them, but probably around January he's going to loosen up, I'm sure, because that's usually kind of the slip in his schedule. Yeah, he has great stories. And my buddy who's there, Thomas, who actually had a chance to interview him at one point, but he's sitting there in the panel with me, and he's like, he literally tells the same stories every single time. He's been on. Yeah. I'm like, well, this is my first time. Go away.
Yeah. Right? When he does eventually come on our show, then we just have to write different questions. So it's like, oh my God, I've never been asked that before. Like, yes, let's go.
I will say, I don't know if that's an option, because once he gets going, he starts bringing out his outline and he just goes boom, boom, boom. It just starts knocking him out. He's like, it's time to play my video. And he plays a video of his friend talking. It's just like, you go, Larry. I know you getting those paychecks. I'm cool for that. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, no, Larry Houston's great, man. I spent like a good 5-10 minutes talking to him at LA Comic-Con, and was like, dude, you got to come on our show. This is great.
He's great. Yeah. Frank Miller was there. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to talk to Frank Miller. That was on the bingo card, but just so many people there.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I can't remember any names right now. This is such a shame, but Ash Ketchum was there. I'm going back to characters' names. We sat down with Megan Shipman, who does the voice for Anya on Spy Family. She's so down to earth. I was really surprised by that, actually, because she does like over 100 different anime roles for American dubs, So that was neat. And yeah, it was an excellent con. And next year it's going to be in November again at the same time, right after Thanksgiving. Thanks, guys. And so we'll be there, and hopefully you guys will show up too.
Hopefully next year we'll be able to make that one, so it'll be fun.
We've got 2 panels planned to actually host, and I would like for you guys to be on them if possible.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'd love that.
Awesome.
James, get on that now.
I know. Well, I mean, what are we going to do? Black Friday. I might
do
need
your
a
shopping
new TV.
there.
I don't buy anything on Friday. Let's go.
Our guys bought
buy
D&D dice, ponchos with Death Note on it. Like we emptied out that whole vendor section.
Maybe there will be an Oklahoma contingent next year.
Right.
Hopefully.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't shop on Black Friday, so I don't care about that. Let's do a con. Come on.
Let's go. No, let's make Black Friday actually bearable.
Yeah. You know why I don't shop on Black Friday? I worked in retail, and I know that the stuff they sell on Black Friday is the stuff they can't sell for the rest of the year. So why am I going to go and oh yeah, it's cheap, but it's crap. It's gonna die in 6 months anyways. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Nowadays they make crap to sell on Black Friday too. It's like, oh, you want cheap TVs that are super cheap? No problem. They're going to be made out of cardboard. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you did a few interviews and whatnot.
Yeah, we did we call them shotgun interviews, where we interview people on the floor about like, hey, what are you excited for, that kind of thing. And then we interviewed Megan Shipman, and then like the main reason I personally go is to like set up interviews. The rest of the guys are out there to have fun. I shout out to them. And so we have some coming up that are going to be kind of booked up and stuff like that. But we had one actually, luckily, thank God, they gave us a room kind of off to the side to go do an interview with Megan, and so we don't have a terrible audio on that one. A lot of the other things have terrible audio though, because it's a convention. So that's expected.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we get lucky with LA Comic Con, is they let us use the press room, so we're able to go in the press room and set up an actual podcast setup, and then we get decent audio. So
yeah, that's nice. This one was it was kind of a tall room, so it was like a lot of echo. But I just got done editing the episodes coming out tomorrow morning, and I had to go through and do all how it is the post stuff and fixing it up. So it sounds good now.
There you go. I love it.
I don't edit.
This isn't your first Fan Expo, right? You've been going for a few years now.
Well, this is the first in San Francisco that I've gone to. We have one of our guys, Drake, goes to the one in Denver. And so he's been kind of covering the Denver one for us, taking pictures and whatnot. But this is the first one I've been to. I've been to other conventions, first Fan Expo. And their investment in San Francisco has made me interested in them, because I know it's kind of between them and GalaxyCon on who's going to be the new NorCal big dogs.
Right.
And we're the winners from that. They're just going to keep putting more money into that. So I'll be there.
That's what I was kind of leading to, is that what is Fan Expo like compared to the other cons that you've been to, even, Denver Fan Expo?
So I will say, not bad mouthing them in any way. They are far, especially on probably your guys' side too, where I'm talking about, where they're a lot more strict about things, taking photos of things, recording people, a lot more strict than say LA Comic Con, which is kind of like have fun. San Diego Comic Con, who's even kind of like, they know that it's all about the press, getting as many pictures as possible.
Right.
Fan Expo is pretty strict on that kind of stuff. So we have to work around some rules, but they're pretty cool about it. And there are times where they're a little unorganized, which happens at a con. I can't imagine running that thing. It'd be nuts. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Gotcha. But overall, it was a good experience. That's awesome.
Absolutely. A blast. Yeah. And the best part's hanging out with friends. If you guys haven't gone to a Fan Expo, go. If you go in cosplay, you're going to find friends that dress in the same cosplay. This one had a lot of Has-Been Hotel, because the entire voice cast for Has-Been Hotel was there. Fairly Odd Parents cosplay. Hayden Christensen was there. I didn't get a chance to see him, but there was a lot of Darth Vaders walking around. And yeah, it was cool.
And then, of course, as usual, Deadpool's everywhere.
There's always a Deadpool, but I was missing one Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I was like, this hand needs to slap some ass.
Yeah.
And where's my Deadpool?
Yeah.
His non-existent ass, yes.
Yeah, my non-existent ass. If you not there. Sometimes I wish I had my wife's ass, but I mean,
sometimes you do have your wife's ass.
Dun, dun.
not in that way, but you know,
Oh, good.
Leave the door open if you don't want me to yell in it.
and now I'm probably gonna get murdered later, so it's fine.
Oh no, I was just saying that's America's ass.
There you go. Yeah.
My ass. America has no ass. That's great.
Oh God, here we go. Let's move.
Let's go
on
away from this topic.
Well, I wanted to ask more about Fan Expos, and it sounds like part of your team goes to the Denver Fan Expo as well. Is that how you got hooked up as press with San Francisco?
Oddly enough, we know a guy that runs the Canada version. And so through him, we got to Denver, then to San Francisco. So it's just like this trickle thing. We know John Kirk up in Canada Expo that writes
they
for
call that
Dead Geeks and stuff.
Expo.
Fan Expo. Yeah. So from there, we've been trickling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they from Regina?
I don't know, but if that was the case and if I had heard about it, I would not have let him not hear the end of it. So I doubt that's the case. There's a IGN Live is a new convention too that we participated this year. It's their first time. They're trying to replace E3, and that's when I want to put on your guys' radar. If you haven't heard about IGN Live, it's brand new. They're really trying things out, but like literally, they're like, so what do you think about this convention? What can we do to improve? And I freaking love that because then it's more hands-on. It's like kind of like getting it on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And,
are they going to do it at Moscone? Because I mean, IGN's based out of San Francisco, so I mean, like that would make sense for them to do it at Moscone.
I wish they did. They did it down in LA at the Magic Box Theater, but it would be nice if they did it up here. But because of the whole E3 thing and probably wanting to be near game studios, they did it down there. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean they do have. I know they have a lot of correspondents that are in LA, even though they're based out of San Francisco. So,
yeah,
nice.
So that's what next year's going to be a bunch of cons, and hopefully we'll tag up on a couple of them for sure.
Exactly. No, man. The more collaborations we do, the better. So I'm always down.
Yeah.
So what was your biggest takeaway from Fan Expo? Like what is your biggest like? God, I'm so glad this has happened. And then what is like? Maybe a surprise that happened, like, oh, I met.
Are you asking him what he stole from Fan Expo?
No, I am not.
That's what I want to know.
I do have some cutouts that I probably shouldn't have, but no. My biggest takeaway. The panels were above and beyond from what I've had in the past. I mean, specifically because I think other panels I've seen are generally like pretty high end panels. How do I explain this? Even though like the lower end I don't mean to be mean, but like lower end panels, as in like I will be doing one of these lower end panels next year kind of thing. Were very interesting. You know, the civil rights of the Star Wars universe, like can Andor Cassian sue the Empire? It's so interesting.
That sounds awesome.
Right? Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so that blew me away. Of course, the celebrities were cool too.
I mean, to keep in mind, you always have to remember, and I'm tangenting already. Always have to keep in mind to remember that they are technically in Cassian Andor's time, right? In a fascistic government.
Yeah.
So he can't sue the Empire.
It came down to a scene where he got tortured. I remember him explaining like this is actually part of this planet's. He did a great job. There's a whole like PowerPoint presentation.
I love a good PowerPoint.
That's me in about 20 years.
But it's also he got tortured in a galactic prison that is the prison itself was under Imperial rule, which means you're under the fact he's in a concentration camp essentially.
Exactly.
You know what, Bill? You should have been there to defend your point.
Yeah,
and you weren't. So
you know what?
You snooze, you lose. No Supreme Court for you.
It's not to defend the point. It's just basically saying that Cassian can't sue because you're in a fascistic government.
Let's be clear. Phil would stand up in the back and be like, "I'm pro Empire. I'm pro space fascist."
Pro Empire. I'm not pro. I'm not pro Empire. Obviously, I'm sitting here talking about fascism, right? So it's like,
I'm kind of pro.
Definitely more. So, I'm definitely more pro punk than I am anything. You know what I mean? So, and Cassian is definitely a Star Wars punk. So I'm with it.
Yeah, I cannot wait for the next
Just
season.
totally punk rock.
Some of the downsides, I would just say that it was chaos, but that's kind of normal for a convention. But I think for a newer convention, especially newer to the area, anyways, this is only the second year that they've done it there. There were things that they need to clean up, and they'll get there. It just takes time. It's not a well-oiled machine yet. Hopefully, it will soon. I miss WonderCon is my main thing. I wish WonderCon didn't move down to Anaheim. That sucks for us. If it was up here, it's a great convention, and unfortunately, we have to make do.
Well, as soon as San Diego bought it, you knew it was going to move. I mean,
that's a shame.
Yeah, and then we lost Wizard World and all that stuff. So,
yeah, unfortunately.
It is.
Do you go to SAC Anime and all that stuff around here?
Yeah. SAC Anime, I go, and that's always amazing. Sometimes I think last time they had the Avatar actors and stuff. That was a blast. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good.
The Last Airbender or the Way of Water?
No, I always mean the Last Airbender unless I say the wrong avatars. Yeah.
All right, good. Because I can't abide by the Avatar Way of the Water. So
not the one with the blue people, the one with the blue arrow.
Right.
Yes.
The dude that doesn't abide at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dog behind me is literally named Aang, so trust me, it's definitely Avatar.
If M. Night Shyamalan had that dog, it would.
It is Aang. Yeah, it is definitely not Ong. I'm not shouting in the Lodi Theater at the screen right now, being a rude attendee, but I was back then. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's move on.
It's not Ong, damn it. I was not alone in the theater, by the way. Everybody was shouting at that theater.
To this day, I'm still offended that he called him Ong.
It damn near ruined his career. He's lucky he came back.
Yeah.
But,
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy that you went to Fan Expo and had a chance to report it. Next time I want to go with you because you got the in. That's awesome. You're doing interviews. That's amazing.
It's all about filling out paperwork. You guys can do it too. You just got to fill out enough paperwork.
James, fill out the paperwork, damn it.
Come on, James.
I have pens.
He's our manager. Fill it out.
There you go.
I have pens.
As the intern, it is your job to fill out all of the paperwork.
I need
Jahmez is both our manager and PA at the same time. So
yes.
And where is my tea?
Next year, it's also on Black Friday.
It is on Black Friday again. They announced it as soon as we left, and it's like, come on, guys, help us out a little bit.
How do you feel? Okay, so you were there. You experienced it. How do you feel about it being on Black Friday? Thanksgiving weekend. Is that good or bad for you?
It's not great for us because we have I don't care. I'm single, so I'm just like I go to the parents or whatever. But like people who are hosting Thanksgiving, like some of my co-hosts, that sucks for them because the next day they have to go. It does start at 4:00 on a Friday. And so you could get in at 3 to do all the paperwork and stuff. But that's kind of later. So if you really wanted to do your shopping in the morning, you could, and then just drive over. It's not too long of a drive.
Just camp out in front of the convention center.
And make that your Black Friday.
Best Buy is literally a 5-minute drive from there. I used to work at that Best Buy.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's enough.
Just go to Best Buy. You cannot get games there anymore, but you'll find something.
I don't know what you can get at Best Buy anymore. I think just Pokemon cards. It's so weird now. Yeah. I'm so confused.
And
Pokemon
phones.
cards and a refrigerator. That's all they sell.
Yeah.
And like your grandpa's computer. Not the computer you'll use, but the one you got for your grandpa.
Yeah. You can get drunk.
In fact, I believe I did get a laptop for my grandfather at a Best Buy.
Tax right there.
Yeah. No, seriously. That's, yeah.
I got a laptop.
I can vouch for that.
That's great. But yeah, next year I'll make sure to remind you guys that we got PC parts. There we go. To make sure they remind you guys that we got to hit the road. We're headed to San Francisco.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's plan on hitting a lot of cons. We got a little bit of time to start planning.
Yeah.
So let's make sure that we hit a lot of the same cons. That'd be fun.
So I got to throw this out. We have the Capital Creative Showcase that's here in Sacramento. That's all about spotlighting the local video game developers. We have a very big video game developer community here that people don't know about. Yeah. So we're a partner with them. And so I think I told you guys about it last year. I'll make sure to remind you guys this year if you guys want to come by and check it out. And they are hungry for interviews over there. And you're just, it's the local Sacramento people who are just trying to share the love that they have for the gaming industry. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yep. Sac Geeks. We're good friends with the peeps over at Sac Geeks.
They're wonderful.
Some of us may be board members.
Yeah, I was gonna say James didn't hear saying like, "Oh, we're good friends." Dude, you're a board member. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to
You're in bed with the Sad Geeks. Just say it.
Yeah, they always have a booth there too. Sorry.
Shout out to Sandra Betty in the chat, who's our newest board member. So, you know, it's one thing that Sack Geeks likes to do is support the local community. So that's cool. Yeah. The creative group. I love it. Let's do it. Yeah. I'm into it.
Sounds good.
All right, Frank, thank you so much.
Yes.
If you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to hang out. We're going to go over some rumors, some news. We're going to do our top 5 shows of 2024. More than welcome to hang out, but we're just going to be hanging out. So
I appreciate it. I have a lot of editing still to do, but I will tune in. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And where can we find those videos?
Yes, pluggable.
Live.
Yeah, give us all the pluggables, man. All the plugs you've got.
Oh, put the big screen. Just Google Geek Freaks. You'll find it all. The new episode's coming out tomorrow morning. And we also just reviewed Skeleton Crew. That just came out on our sister network, our sister show, Challenge Accepted. So
okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So in 3 words, give us just a tease of Skeleton Crew.
And no spoilers because I have not seen it yet.
Okay. Exactly as advertised. Does that make sense? Yeah, there you go.
That does, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds
It
good.
kind of is. I will give you that. It kind of is exactly as advertised.
There we go.
Love it.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Frank.
I'll see you around.
All right.
All right,
See you.
man.
Thanks, brother.
Bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
What a good dude.
Wow, there are 4 of us. Ah!
Yay!
That was
It's
a lot of fun.
top 5 hosts. Top 5 hosts, right?
Top 5 hosts. 4 of them are on the screen right now. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on. It is now time to start some rumors.
Is this thing is on?
Yep. Get ready. Let's go. I just want to keep partying. That's it. Just keep it going. This song is so good.
Then keep it going, young Phil. Do the first one.
All right, I absolutely will. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen here. I am actually really excited about this, so I definitely do want to talk about this rumor specifically. You merely adopted the dog. I was born in it. Let me scratch your back. What's the line he says before he breaks his back in the movie? He says,
It's all about I didn't want to just break you physically. I wanted to break your spirit. And then he isn't that right?
He goes, I was wondering what would break first, your mind or your body. And then he breaks his back.
Yeah.
And then no, that's the line you're thinking of is later on when he's explaining to him what he was doing. That's what he says is.
Yeah, that's what it is. I get those mixed up.
Because he goes, why didn't you just kill me? You don't fear death. You welcome it. Your punishment must be more severe. You know, it's so good. Anyways,
Yeah, it was a good
the
movie.
new Batman Bane's lines in that movie are by far the best lines in the entire movie.
Mhm.
And I would say of the villains, probably the whole trilogy.
Uh,
Definitely most quotable.
He is very quotable, but so is, I know you hate this, but Heath Ledger's version of the Joker.
I don't hate Heath Ledger's version of the Joker.
It's between the two of them. It's like they both have extremely quotable lines. Because also,
true.
you want to know how I got these scars. And then I'm going to make this pencil disappear. Like those,
Yeah.
They both of them are very quotable characters. Anyways, a new Batman animated movie trilogy is reportedly in development at DC Studios, and it's said to be based on Batman Knightfall. So excited for this because I love that run when it came out.
That was a really good run. I feel like the art could have been better, but that's just me.
The funny thing is I knew Bane was going to be a massive character when that came out, and then they did the movie, and I was so upset with it. I was young, and I had read the comic already, and I was really upset with the way that they portrayed Bane in the movie. But anyways, the animated DC movies were previously produced by Warner Brothers and were part of the DC animated movie universe. Now James Gunn and Peter Safran are leading the charge on the animated projects, and those being labeled Tomorrowverse.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So we do have an synopsis. If anybody wants
Kind of an synopsis. Watch your back synopsis.
Kind of an synopsis. Watch your back synopsis. Synopsis.
I think that we shouldn't call them synopsises if it's in rumors. We need to come up with a different name for that. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
But I think they're synopsizing the comic book is what's going on. Yeah.
And
So
also,
I feel
the
uncomfortable calling them
synopsis,
synopsis.
but whatever.
When we are
talking rumors.
Yeah,
it's all good. Batman Knightfall was published in April of 1993, and the story explores the physical and psychological limits of Bruce Wayne as Batman. The story begins as the villain Bane orchestrating the release of Arkham Asylum's inmates, creating chaos in Gotham City to wear Batman down. As Batman struggles to recapture the escaped criminals, his exhaustion reaches a breaking point. Bane exploits his vulnerability, confronting Batman in the Batcave and defeating him in a brutal fight, culminating in Bane breaking Batman's back. Hence the breaking of the bat. With Bruce Wayne down for the count, the mantle of Batman is passed to Jean-Paul Valley, aka Azrael, whose extreme and violent methods alienate allies like Robin and Commissioner Gordon. As Bruce eventually recovers, he returns to reclaim his role as Gotham's protector, restoring balance to the city and his own life. So tacos on the table. Does the story deserve a trilogy of animated movies?
May I go first?
Yes.
All right. So first of all, I love how they conveniently cut out that Dick Grayson was also Batman in Knightfall.
Yeah.
Before fucking Jean-Paul Valley and then after, because Batman wasn't quite ready yet after he defeated him. The little shit. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, because the thing is that Dick, because it's always a signature that when Dick is Batman, he's a lot more slender because Batman's really big. And then when Azrael becomes Batman, he was way too violent. He was killing people, and
he was a big Dorito.
Yeah, and Dick had to come in and take up that mantle again until Bruce was ready to come back into play. So a lot of people don't realize that there were technically there were three people who filled in the mantle, but I mean, like, there were multiple people who filled in that mantle while Bruce was down.
That's right. Just don't forget it.
Yeah.
Also, if he's in some sort of weird metal Iron Man looking outfit, that is also Jean-Paul, because he's an idiot. And I don't even, you want to know who is second on my list behind Joker? It's that motherfucker. He did more to hurt Batman than anybody else. So yes, I do think that this should be a trilogy of animated movies. My tacos are on the table. I don't think Bane needs to be that big with his shirt off, however, and that's what I had. That was my problem with the art in that, and it's the 90s art where everything was just so big. It looked like you literally like took a balloon and like just kept blowing it up and blowing it up and blowing it up until everybody was so huge that they were all freaking strong guy. Strong guy can't look cool if everybody else looks like strong guy.
I hear you on that. No, I hear you on that. But the other thing is that Bane in himself is supposed to be on a super steroid. So I mean, like, it
I understand that. But he doesn't even have his little things there. And I feel like that's the Bane that was juiced up. He was gin and juice in it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Bane and juice in it.
Yeah.
But I don't see any of those. And do I appreciate that? Did I know exactly what it was from? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I think the reason that I didn't really appreciate the art, I did love the story.
Yeah.
And still to this day do, and have all of the separate comics, and I may have it in graphic novel form as well. But I just feel like that the people were way too freaking big.
It's like, wait, that roided out Cuban is just killing everybody.
It wasn't just him. Everybody looked like that roided out Cuban. It wasn't just Bane. That's my thing. Is it's like that. You know what? Give them some differences.
Yeah.
Not everybody is like 7'5" and like 5 feet across. Just calm down.
And it's like I don't forgive Schumacher for what he did to Bane, but at the same time, I understand what he did, be given somebody who did not read the comic and was just like, oh, here's a new character. We want to be salient. Let's put him in there. It's going to make him a mindless monster. And it's like, no, Bane is one of the most intelligent characters in all of Batman lore. The dude outsmarted Bruce Wayne. Nobody had been able to do that up to that point.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, anyway. And I like that. I like Bane a lot. I think he's a great character. I love him on. Oh shit! I totally forgot about another freaking TV show that I love. Damn it! All right,
put it on your honorable mentions list.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have.
So we went over on this tangent. Should do. Your tacos on the table, sir.
My blue corn tortilla tacos with some black olives in them and a lot of cheddar cheese that are broken in half. They're snapped in half are on the table.
With Venom sauce on them.
Yes. Well, it's Venom sauce, but really it's just salsa verde.
Yeah. All right. Jahmez, are your tacos on the table for this? Your volume is off, sir.
Sorry. I do want to see this story, but I don't know if I need a trilogy for this. I don't know. I guess I'll let it happen. Like, so I watched the Crisis on Infinite trilogy
Earths.
that they just made. Yeah, that they just had on they have all three on Max right now. And I liked it, and it was nice to get all the little hits of all the different characters. I just felt like the story dragged out a little bit. So I don't know. I feel weird about saying, yes, give me a trilogy of movies for this specific thing. So I don't know. So my tacos are off the table.
Okay.
My tacos are on the table, and the reason that my tacos are on the table on this is because if you know the comic, if you know the story and how that story goes, it actually does make sense to do it in a trilogy, because you can do the first movie being up to the point where Bane breaks Batman's back.
Mm-hmm.
The second one will be a combination of Dick Grayson first taking up the mantle and then Azrael taking the mantle, and then Dick Grayson having to fight Azrael because he's a fucking crazy bastard, right? And then the third movie being Dick Grayson taking the mantle again until Bruce is able to come back and finalizing the story. Like, you can break that storyline up in three, just because there's so much that happened in that storyline that it makes sense to do it as three movies. I'm all for this. This is a story that's been needed to have been told for a long time. They did a decent job in Dark Knight Rises, but it didn't fully follow the story. And I want to see the story as it is supposed to play out.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, moving on to the next rumor here.
Speaking of Batman, is Batman going green?
Uh-oh.
Wicked actor Jonathan Bailey could be in the running to take on the role of Bruce Wayne / Batman in DC Studios' upcoming film Brave and the Bold. Fans are convinced that Bailey could be a contender because James Gunn liked a post.
Oh, God.
For young Phil's reference, the actor is 36 and stands at 5'11".
Oh, so he's my height.
Yeah.
I'm not big enough to be Batman. He shouldn't be either.
Wait, you're 5'11"?
5'11".
You're taller than me.
A fan shared a post about how Gunn should find a place for Bailey in the DCU and wondered why the actor is not a more popular fan cast for Batman. Tacos on the table. Will Prince Fiero cross the yellow brick road to don the cowl?
Young Phil, you started off.
So I'm looking at him. The dude, I mean, he's got the look. I'm trying to look at just his jawline, and it's like, okay, he could pull off Batman. He easily could. Actually, I'm looking at another picture right here
of him,
of him in a Shonda Rhimes thing. And he definitely could pull it off. just if you're going to compare him to every other actor that's played Batman, they've all been around that same height.
Mm-hmm.
I still say that I think that we need
6'1" Batman.
6'1" Batman. Oh,
Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson. I think Alan Richardson should be Batman. He's got the build. He's got the facial features. He's got the acting chops.
He's got the ass.
He's got the ass. Everything about Alan Richardson screams Batman, and it's like that dude needs a chance.
Oh yeah,
to play Batman.
no, yep. That okay? No, that's my vote. Yep, I get
You
it.
know who I like? I've said this before. I like the guy from Masters of the Air, not Austin Butler.
No, I know.
Everybody, calm down.
Not
Not
Fedor
Austin
Ava.
Butler.
Actually, Austin Butler, he's kind of a skinny dude, but he would be a good. I mean, he could pull it off. He's a good actor.
I think he would be a better Bruce Wayne. Honestly.
I think Austin Butler would be a kick-ass Steve Trevor, or
See that?
or Alan Scott.
Ooh,
OG Green Lantern, yo.
I like that fan casting. I like
do.
him as Alan Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah.
come at me with this, he'd be a good Batman or Bruce Wayne. No.
No, but I mean, like, still, again, Alan Richardson, I think is still always going to be my number one choice. The dude, 100% is the perfect, like, he is the fantasy cast for Bruce Wayne.
I have said this. I said it on the show. I would not hate it. I think he might actually. I think he's got the build for it. I've seen him in other things. I'm happy with him doing it. I'm looking for the guy that I was telling you all. I can never remember this guy's name.
I also think that the only problem with Alan Richardson, you get a comic book accurate Batman, and he is going to tower over Corn Sweat.
While you're looking that up, why don't we go over everybody else's tacos? Shadu, what do you think?
I don't think that James Gunn liking a post is any evidence to anything. So my hold on. What's like a gray food?
Tofu?
Tofu, sure.
The
Poi?
stuff, whatever they ate in poi, right? Whatever they ate in Beauty and the Beast, the gray stuff.
Right. Okay. You know, whatever. My tacos from the previous answer are have healed themselves, have taken up their mantle once again, and are now off the table.
Off the table. All right. Okay.
Wait,
All
what do you
right.
think, James?
Okay.
You know, I just saw Wicked and I loved Wicked, and I thought Jonathan Bailey was a great actor in it. And the way he portrayed Prince Fiero and the way he moved around, I don't see him as a Batman. I actually see him more as like a little bit more adult Dick Grayson.
Okay.
Like he has a dance number in it, and he was very fluid, jumping all over the place. It was very much a Dick Grayson type dance. So I say tacos are off the table on this.
Yeah, looking at pictures of him, because again, as soon as we brought it up, I looked at pictures of him, and he is a very slender, athletic-looking guy.
Yeah.
Batman should be like big and imposing. So, and I'm looking at the tweet itself. It's not actually like calling for Jonathan Bailey to be Batman. It's just saying that he should be a character in the DCU. My tacos are off the table. I don't think that he is going to be Batman, and especially just because James Gunn liked the tweet. I think that's a stupid reason for the rumor to exist.
You know what? James Gunn might be considering him for something else. Or he may have just watched Wicked and thought, you know what, this Jonathan Bailey kid, he's good people.
Yeah,
I'm going to like this.
Right.
I think he eventually will be cast in the DCU as a character at some point. But again, I think he's going to be more of an athletic character. I think he's going to be more of a Robin, whether it's depending on where in the timeline they're going. I mean, he could be an adult Dick Grayson, or he can be an older Tim Drake.
I mean, it is
Robin.
Brave and the Bold, and it's all about Bruce and Damian. So we're gonna have, if Dick Grayson's in it, we're gonna have an older Dick Grayson.
Yeah,
I would not mind him as an older Dick Grayson. I'm totally on board with that.
Like him as Nightwing, I think would be fine. As much as I want Nightwing to be Asian, I think that this would be fine. He's kind of got the look for Dick Grayson. Again, I think he'd be a good Red Robin.
Red Robin.
See that.
Yes.
I think he'd be a good Red Robin because I think that when Tim Drake takes the mantle of Red Robin and he's just beating people with a bow staff, I think that would be kind of cool too. And I think Jonathan Bailey looks like they said what, he's 35?
36.
36. Okay, no, he probably is more of a Dick Grayson. So,
So, Afraid, did you figure out who you were talking about?
Nate Man. The guy's name is Nate Man. He played Rose in Masters of the Air. Look him up.
He's got a superhero.
2 N's.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I can see it.
mm-hmm.
That is okay. That is a Batman jawline.
Yes, I'm telling you, I know this.
That
stuff.
is a Batman jawline.
James Gunn wanted me. James Gunn, just talk to me. I will be happy to help you cast your movies.
Also, looking at Jonathan Bailey. Sorry, I was gonna say. Also, looking at Jonathan Bailey, he definitely has Dick Grayson hair.
He does. We just, you know what we need to do? And I hate being this person. We got to check out his ass.
There you go.
And you know what? You know who should tell us? Nicola Scott, because she's the one that did that viral thing of Dick Grayson's butt. Anyway.
Let's move on to the story here, guys.
It's a me, Mario. Oh, no. Nintendo rumors.
It's me, Mario.
A new Nintendo Switch
good, actually.
2 rumor has hit the internet with a price and release date of the upcoming console. Nintendo itself has only confirmed that it does have a new console in the works and will reveal it at some point at the end of March 2025. I don't know why March 2025.
Because February's the end of the fiscal year and March is the beginning of the start of the next fiscal year.
Yeah.
So that's why.
That's the end of the quarter, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, the quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
End of the fiscal year.
Nothing else related to the hardware eventual cost or arrival date has been provided, though they are saying the price of the Switch 2 is Nintendo aiming for a cost between $400 and $450. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Is that when you get 2 Switches? Switch 2?
I wish it was 2 Switches for that price. Tacos on the table. Will you be turtle shelling out $450 for a Nintendo Switch 2?
No.
No. I'm not a Nintendo person, and mostly because Frey isn't.
You liked the Wii.
I know I did. That was different.
We were just scared you were going to take out all the televisions.
You just throw all the controls at everything.
Well, because
that's fair.
When you played tennis, and and his hands were so little that his little wrists, you couldn't get those things little enough for his wrists, and
that's why they invented duct tape. You just gotta.
I still have very small wrists.
He does, yes.
Anyway, he's a widow.
He's got widow wrists.
He's got widow wrists.
God damn it! Why do I do this to myself?
James, so James definitely will get 2 because then there's one for each twin.
Yeah, but then we have a third kid. So
yeah, well then he gets to use it when they're not using it, which
he gets the PlayStation 5.
He gets the PS5 because he's older.
They get the short end of the Switch.
I don't know, $450 for a Switch 2. Are you guys?
Mm-mm.
You were talking about getting a Switch a while ago,
and I was saying that I was going to wait for the new generation to come out. But I mean, even then, it's like, oh god, do I really want to spend that much? Because I mean, I can't afford it right now to begin with. But I mean, still, I want to get a Switch. There's games that I want to play on Switch. I mean, there's games I want to play on PlayStation, but I can't. I can only afford one console, and I chose
Yeah, what is this whole Animal Crossing thing? I have never heard. I've never played Animal Crossing. So.
Animal Crossing is amazing. I played that back in the day on Super Nintendo. So good.
So anyway, so is this actually happening though?
Yeah. So they're saying, well, I mean, it's still in the rumors, but they're saying that Nintendo is confirming that there is going to be a console in March of 25.
But they haven't confirmed that it is the.
It's an announcement.
Yeah,
March 2020.
Now the thing is does that mean it's a new console generation? Is it an update to their current system? Because remember, the last 2 times that rumors have popped out and said new console coming out, it was the OLED screen for the Switch. Like it's
right.
So it's like, does that mean that it is a console generation update, or are they doing a late midlife console upgrade?
Oh, are they having a midlife console crisis?
Yeah, well, no. So PlayStation's putting out their midlife console, which is an entirely new console. They just don't want to call it a PS6. They're calling it the PS5 Pro. But it has no backwards compatibility, and you can't play regular PS5 games on it.
What?
It's dumb.
That is dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm thinking that this will instead be some sort of update to it. It'll be like a Nintendo Switch S or Pro or whatever.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, even then, Switch Pro would be like a new console, right?
It would be a new console. It's just
right.
They're not going to call it the Switch 2, and it will probably be something a little different.
I'm personally hoping for Super Switch. Because that would be in line with Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right,
I'm predicting it's going to be called Nintendo Switcheroo. That's where I'm saying.
I like that too. Switcheroo.
So anyway, my 3-part tacos are on the table that you can take 2 off of and use them for other things and then put them back on. They are on the they were on the table. They're coming off the table because I don't think it's going to be a Nintendo Switch 2 necessarily.
All right.
So,
my tacos are on the table because do I think that they're coming out with a new console generation in March 25? 100%.
I already said no.
Yeah.
Right. Will I be paying $4.50 for it? Fuck no. Absolutely not. All right.
Have you ever danced with the devil by the pale Moonknight? As of right now, no official plans have been revealed regarding the future of Moonknight Season 2 or a feature film. A new report says that the character might return for 3 big Marvel movies. The current plan is for Moonknight to return for Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars, and the long-rumored Midnight Suns movie. Yes. This news comes a few weeks after Moonknight director Mohamed Diab said there have yet been no talks over the Marvel character's future, but he also doesn't think we've seen the last of him yet. There are no other details on how the character would be utilized in the Avengers films, but he would have a big role to play in Midnight Suns, which is reportedly being directed by Michael Giacchino, the director behind Marvel's horror special Werewolf by Night. So, talk is on the table. Will Moonknight make an MCU reappearance in those 3 films, and will we see Khonshu again?
I'll go. My tacos are on the table because I think the way Marvel's going to work, instead of giving like top billing to certain people, I think they're just gonna sprinkle these characters into these various films and in series, and we're gonna see a lot of that moving forward. So their contracts are gonna be not gonna be like, all right, we have Oscar Isaacs for these 3 movies. I think they're gonna say, hey, we're gonna use you for this, this, and this. Sign the contract for whatever amount. Yes, go. Okay, done. Go. So I think they're going to restructure how they do movie contracts and film or show contracts.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. I was gonna say my tacos are 100% on the table just because at the end of the first season they left it open. We saw Jake at the very end in the post-credit scenes So it's like, there's still a story to tell with Jake Lockley, because it's like we were waiting for him all season. We knew he was there, and it was implied that he was causing mayhem the entire time. So, I would love to see not just another season, but like I want to see more Moonknight. Like, he's just so cool of a character. And if Midnight Suns ever happens, he has to be a part of that.
Yeah.
He's a founding.
I really enjoyed the show. It is I think it's in my top 5 of Marvel shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. My wrapped demigod tacos that are full of coarse, rough, and irritating sand are indeed on the table.
Sand.
Hate sand.
Coarse
and rough.
It's
everywhere.
Jen.
So I'm gonna say yes. The tacos are on the table. Loved Moon Knight. Loved Oscar Isaac's portrayal of Moon Knight. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking
do it.
Oh,
go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is it for the rumors for this week.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
All
right.
Let's jump into the news, because it is time for. I'm in the wrong place and I can't press the button. It is time for the download.
For more news, more trailers, more reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. Let us know what you're nerding out on, what shows you're watching. And actually, I just posted like 5 different trailers today. So go check them out on Distance.
Let us know your
post on
let us know
Facebook.
your top 5 shows of 2024.
There
you
go.
There we go. So how many lions are there?
There's a lot of casting.
5 mini bots that come together to make one super bot.
Anyway,
Laura Gordon and Tim Griffin are the latest 2 actors to join the cast of Amazon MGM Studios live-action Voltron movie. They will star alongside the previously cast Henry Cavill and Sterling K. Brown. What?
Yeah.
Sterling K. Brown is in this?
Yeah, and Henry Cavill. It's like,
yeah,
with a capital K.
Cavill being anything. Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
Is a get, people. All right. Are you ready to roar over the Voltron project? Are they lions? Like, is that their thing? Are they all lions, or are some of them not lions? Are they all big cats?
It depends on what version of Voltron we're getting, because like the original Voltron, they're all lion bots. In the remake version that they did, they're just like cars.
Oh, so
they're like Transformer knockoffs.
Not even that, because they're.
But are they always cars?
No, we're not talking about that. I wasn't going to go there.
They're cars, but they don't turn into people. They turn into appendages of a giant robot.
I see.
That is controlled by the 5 drivers.
They're vestigial cars. I see.
Yeah, it's basically, think Power Rangers, right? It's the Megazord.
Cool. All right.
Anyway, let's move on.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Fun.
All right. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a documentary.
A documentary?
A documentary. If you didn't get a chance to see the incredible documentary Superman, the Christopher Reeve story in theaters, it was recently announced that it's coming to Max. All right, Max.
From IMAX to Max.
It's currently at 98% approval from critics and audience alike on Rotten Tomato.
And we just don't like those 2%.
The 2% people, we don't like those people.
Yeah.
All right, I do have it's a bird, it's a plane opsis, up and away synopsis.
It's a bird, it's a plane opsis, up and away synopsis.
The story of Christopher Reeve is an astonishing rise from unknown actor to iconic movie star, and his definitive portrayal of Clark Kent / Superman set the benchmark for the superhero cinematic universes that dominate cinema today. That's a really good point. I like that.
Yeah.
Reeve portrayed the Man of Steel in 4 Superman films and played dozens of other roles that displayed his talent and range as an actor before being injured in a near-fatal horse riding accident in 1995 that left him paralyzed from the neck down. After becoming a quadriplegic, he became a charismatic leader and activist in the quest to find a cure of spinal cord injuries, as well as a passionate advocate for disability rights and care, all while continuing his career in cinema in front of and behind the camera and dedicating himself to his beloved family. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, flies onto Max December 7th.
And I am 100%.
Right, that's cool.
It's a little reductive to say that he was an unknown actor before Superman, because that is untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. Ooh. It's untrue. He was in several things before Superman. He was in Mousetrap with Michael Caine. I'm Michael Caine. He was in several things. I'm just saying, somewhere in time, he was in that prior to Superman.
Yes.
That's good. You're correct. I mean, what it was is this is what put his career on the map in all reality.
He was our generation's Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Except Chris Evans is kind of also our generation, but it's a weird time right now. So
whatever.
Well, let's move on to the
I'm sorry. Hey there, Frey. Way to bring down everything.
No, it's not that. We are putting SHDU on the spot right now. All right.
Okay. Here we go. All right. I can do this. In underwhelming news,
oh god,
Sony Pictures has released the first 8 minutes of its upcoming Marvel movie, Kraven the Hunter. This clip was originally played at New York Comic-Con for fans. It features Kraven being transported with a group of prisoners across the cold and snowy Russian landscape to a prison in the middle of nowhere. He infiltrates the prison to take out a mob boss. That's all we have. Coming off the biggest Thanksgiving box office weekend ever, does Kraven keep you going to the theaters? The answer is no. No, he does not. Kraven the Hunter will roar into theaters on December 13th, 2024. Unfortunately.
Okay.
What?
No. So I get what they're trying to do. Sony's not understanding what the hell is going on, as usual, right? Like their whole thing is everybody is going to want to go see this movie. Everybody is going to want to go see Kraven the Hunter. They're going to want to go see it 1,000 times. Look, I get you guys. You guys think it's a good movie on its own. But the problem is, if this was not a Kraven the Hunter movie, it'd probably be a fine movie, right? But it's Kraven the Hunter, and you're bastardizing the character, and that's what's pissing people off. And
Bullet Train 2. Perfect.
Yeah. Like Sony just doesn't understand that it's not about Kraven. It's the fact that you guys are trying to shoehorn an action movie that probably would be fine on its own, but make it Kraven the Hunter, and you're bastardizing the character's backstory in order to make it so that you guys can make something you think is great. And it's like this
and keep the Spidey brand.
Right. And it's like, and Sony just does not understand Spider-Man. It's like the character is good on his own. You don't have to change the entirety of his background. Nobody wants a radioactive lion bite that turns this dude into Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, just make it before you start screwing with it. Make the original recipe.
You have to know the rules to break them.
Ooh, look at you! That was good.
Yes, that was great. I think we should move on after that because I don't think anybody could say anything that's better than that.
Yeah, wait, did anybody watch the 8 minutes of Kraven?
No.
Oh. I did. I watched it today.
Well, you're a sadomasochist, and we all know that.
James, like I said, it looks like it will be a fine action movie on its own, but making it a Kraven movie is what the problem that people have with this movie is. Were it a action movie on its own that had nothing to do with Marvel, it probably would be like the action movie of the summer, of the winter, I guess.
So I watched the 8 minutes and it was fine until they started talking, and then it was just bad. It was not fun. But like the action in it,
started actually acting, and then
the action in it was really cool. The way he moved, it was very parkour. It was I liked it a lot. I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool. I like those moves. But then he started talking. I'm like, oh, that kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
So
instead of moves like Jagger, he had moves like a Jaguar.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
So
he was air running.
The final conclusion here is that Sony is Kraven.
It's Kraven for your money.
Yeah.
Sony is
Kraven, as in like not
cowardly.
Cowardly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of 8 minutes,
make Kraven the way it should be, you cowards.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
we also got 8 minutes of the new Lord of the Rings animated movie. I don't know if you guys saw that.
War of Rohirrim.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I've been wanting to see that.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
I don't want. I'm trying not to watch like the 8 minutes of this or 10 minutes of that, because I want to watch it all at the same time. So I don't really watch stuff like that on the reg. So.
They do that because they want people to like, it's like, nobody wants to go watch this movie. How do we build hype around it? Give them 8 minutes.
Which is stupid because we do. But
yeah.
Have they learned nothing from dating?
No.
Clearly.
I don't know. I watched both 8 minute clips from Kraven and from the War of the Rohirrim, and I liked it.
War of the Rohirrim looks fine. I'm excited.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to know, because it gave me that little taste of like, how are they going to handle Lord of the Rings and push it forward? And it gave me that little taste of it. I'm like, oh, okay, I dig this. I can get into this.
Yeah.
There's a smell in this house. And I feel like I think it's because Sony, I have that really sensitive smeller, and it smells like desperation.
That's what it's always been.
Speaking of desperation,
I mean, not really.
Says
let's get into this, because we do have like a whole other segment we got to do.
Yes,
so it's the giving season, and we're giving this to me. And I thought that they should have left this in. The creative team behind Deadpool and Wolverine was given a great deal of creative freedom by Marvel and Disney with their jokes. There were some things that were off limits. And one of Deadpool's vulgar jokes written in the script for the film involved Mickey Mouse, and they were asked to cut it.
Oh, no.
Literally. they literally wanted him to uncut that. I'm sorry. Bad joke. The joke, which was included in the script for the film that was recently released to critics for consideration in screenwriting categories. It's not hard to understand why Disney wanted it cut. Here's the setup. In the theatrical cut of the film, when Deadpool meets Blade, Elektra, and Gambit, he's told there is a fourth member who Wade earnestly hopes is Magneto. Blade tells Deadpool that Magneto is dead, and this sets Deadpool off about Disney not putting up a bigger budget to afford prominent actors like Ian McKellen or Michael Fassbender. Wade goes on to compare the situation to being like Pinocchio stuck his nose up my ass and started lying like crazy. In the original script of the film, Deadpool instead says, "Fuck! Well, we can't even afford one more X-Men? Disney is so cheap. I can barely breathe with all this Mickey Mouse cock in my throat."
Again, it's Steamboat Willie.
That's a Steamboat Willie.
That is called a Steamboat Willie.
Oh, God. Was Disney right in asking for that joke to be changed? No. They should have left that shit in there, and it would have been way fun.
That would have been amazing.
Right? I was waiting.
I thought he made that joke already, though. We can't even afford one more X-Men. In the second one, when all the X-Men are behind him and they just close the door.
Right, but like the joke is that everybody kind of wanted Magneto to be in it, and then him saying Magneto's not in there. The joke was, God, I can't breathe with all this fucking Mickey Mouse cock in my throat.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Would have been fucking great. I was honestly waiting for a Mickey Mouse joke the entire movie.
I'm okay with it not being I don't think it would have added anything. Sorry.
It would have been funny.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
I mean, it's not like the line that we got wasn't just as good. It was about Pinocchio sitting on, or it's like sitting on Pinocchio's face and asking him to lie. That's pretty funny too.
I like it. You know what? I feel like they took the note constructively and they made something new with it, and I appreciate that. Way to go, creativity.
Exactly. So good. Well, guys,
you know what's interesting? I don't understand what this got out because of the script. They released the script, and it was in the script.
Probably sold they probably did like a charity thing where they sold a script or something for charity, and it was in the original draft. And they
I guess put it up for the Oscars.
Yeah, they were submitting the Oscars for best script writing.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. It would be a contender for that. I forget about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Cool. But yeah. So that's it for the news this week. We've got a new segment.
We do have a new segment.
So SHDU, I am gonna highlight you to the top of the screen here because you get to run a segment.
I do get to run a segment. Oh okay.
Oh, why don't you introduce your new segment here?
All right. Well, for this wonderful season that we're in, we have a couple new segments actually that will kind of be showing up on the various episodes of the download throughout December. And one of them, the one for today, we are calling Top Geeked.
That's right.
Which is Top Geeked. Yeah. And essentially, we are going to rank things. And this week, of course, to celebrate all of the wonderful geekiness and nerdiness that occurred in 2024, all of us are going to present our top 5 nerdy shows of 2024.
Woo!
And so, so I assume we are presenting them in from 5 to 1. There are also honorable mentions right before number 1. And so, let's I don't know.
Correct. So actually, before we jump into ours, we do have a couple of past hosts that sent us in a couple of
wonderful. All right. So
of theirs, right?
Go ahead and do that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read off 2 of them here. Well, first off, making her triumphant return, at least in writing form to the show. We got a write-in from the bird herself. Bird. Been a while since the bird sound has been on the show.
I've never heard the bird sound. So.
That's why I said it's been a while since the bird sound. I'm gonna do it again here for you, just so you know what the bird sound sounds like.
Right. Yep. All right. Great. Yep. There you go. Cool.
So
that sounded like a hawk or a falcon.
It's so it is a hawk as well as Robin saying caca.
Okay.
All right.
So she said, "Oh, I honestly had to think if I even saw 5 shows this year. But I just went through and saw what came out and realized I had a few. These are what I have, and in order, also basically ones I watched since I left Love Is Blind off. So Love Is Blind.
They're all British. Let me guess.
So right here's her list.
Right.
Her number. Are they in order? Okay. So the number 1 she has listed on here is Fallout.
Okay.
Okay. So wait. So that's the best.
I believe so.
Okay.
She doesn't have them like listed one like.
Oh.
They're just.
Okay.
There's just 5 of them.
There's just 5 of them.
Okay. We'll just say 5 of them. And they'll go
Bird can't fly in a line.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get
Taskmaster, which was a British show on YouTube.
Oh my God, Husby, is obsessed
he
with that
loves
show.
that. Yeah.
He likes it so much he also watches the Australia version.
That's awesome. The Gentleman.
Okay, that's also British.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon.
Well, British people are in that,
Yep.
And then Three Body Problem.
Also
That's
British.
British.
Like there's a
Have
lot
not
of British
seen that.
people in there. Yeah, haven't seen any of Netflix.
Haven't seen that. Want to? Have not seen it.
She said it's not very extensive. A lot of shows I'm interested in, but can't just put on a previous series.
That she's ashamed to say. Thanks, Bird.
She said, I think you've made me have an existential crisis about what I'm doing with my free time.
Well, glad to give it to you.
So once again, Bird, we appreciate you writing in and giving us your top 5 of the year.
And giving us your word, Bird.
The bird is the word.
Yes, word is the bird, of course. Sure. Great.
All right.
All right. Who else we got?
I was gonna say the other one that we got sent in. So our amazing friend of the show, Aaron Thick, sent us a video.
Oh
goodness. Oh,
we actually got a video here.
Can we trust this?
So
without editing?
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, guys, and get Aaron Thick's take on the top 5 shows of the year. All right, so here we go.
All right, great. Yeah,
my friends at Distance Nerding, this is your good old pal Aaron Thick, and I was asked to do my top 5 TV shows from this year. So, I don't really watch much TV, and I haven't really watched much TV this year, but I decided to give you my top 5 best TV shows from 1993. And so we're going to start off with my honorable mentions, and we're going to start with Full House. Now, Full House was a great show. Was that Friday night? It was wonderful. ABC, you got the Olsen twins, but they're just one, and it was great. You got the brothers, and it was awesome. And who didn't love Full House? I know I did. Now, the other honorable mention is Animaniacs. Now, I know it's on an honorable mention. It's not on the list, but that's okay. It was amazing. They brought it back, and you love it. I love it. You love it. We all love it. Another one on honorable mentions, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, look, not a lot of people talk about it, but it was really great in 1993. The animation wasn't that solid, but it was still a good show. And my last honorable mention for best TV shows from 1993 is Home Improvement. Now, Tim Allen was the man back in 1993 with Home Improvement, and we all watched it, and we all loved it. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was a smoke show, baby, and we all just had a crush. Oh, my God, we loved him. JTT all the way. Now, my top 5 begins, number 5, Beavis and Butthead. In 1993, that was one of the best animated shows you could watch. It was on cable. It was on MTV. Oh, my God, we loved it. We got to watch music videos, have fun, tell jokes, and it was great. Now, number 4 for top 5 TV shows of all time in 1993 is The X-Files. I mean, we got Mulder, we got Scully, we got aliens, maybe. Who knows? The cigarette smoking man, nobody knew what was going on. So that's number 4. Number 3, another animated one, Rocko's Modern Life. Come on, he's got these type of shirts. He was just like your good old friend Aaron Thick, okay? He was just like me. He had a friend that was a turtle that licked the page. He turned it, and he licked it, and then he turned it, and then sometimes he went on a shell, but that's okay. Okay? Now, that was number 3. Number 2, I'm getting real pumped up. Number 2 is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Right? Yes. Will Smith. I mean, you couldn't get better than Will Smith, and he was great, and it was funny, and it was awesome. We love it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, number 2. Number 1, best shows in 1993, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I mean, if you weren't watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when you were a kid in 1993, you didn't know what you were doing. We all watched it. We all loved it. And if you didn't like the Green Ranger, formerly Green Ranger, then turned into White Ranger, you don't know what was going on. It was the best. He was the best. Tommy. But anyways, that's my top 5 best TV shows of the year. I miss you guys. I love you. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Jesus Christ.
So no. Did someone forget to send in the memo, or
No, I told him I needed of this year.
No. I'm just like he does know what year it is, right?
No, it's Aaron Thick.
Okay,
He probably
cool.
forgot.
He's on Filipino.
I mean,
time.
did you see the glasses he was wearing? I mean, first of
Yeah.
all, major Barbie vibes. Loved the outfit. Definitely went with his top 5. He understood. Well, he misunderstood the assignment, but he committed to that misunderstanding 110%.
He said it at the beginning. He was like, I'm not going to do my from this year. I'm going to do from 1993. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you, Aaron.
He doesn't believe in calendars. It's
The
fine.
production quality was amazing. I will say.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Great.
So that is our all of our past guests.
Our honorable mentions of lists.
Right.
Yeah, those are on our honorable mentions of lists.
So the way I feel like we need to do this before we get into our top 5, so I think what we're going to do is go down the list. Each of us are list off our number 5 and so on and so forth from there.
Right.
Without explanations on this, let's throw out honorable mentions. So should do
So like one of each? Like, so we just give one of each?
again without explanation, just kind of throw out
Yeah.
the ones.
But like, so like SHDU would say just one of his honorable mentions, and I would say one, or do you just want us to do the whole thing?
Just do your whole thing.
Okay.
Great. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I overthought it.
No worries. Should do. What are your honorable mentions, Ben?
So I only have one honorable
Okay.
mention. I don't watch a lot of TV, shockingly. So
I
no one
try.
is surprised.
I try so hard.
I know you do. And the other ones that I had in my like unranked list were not very. Oh,
You said
right.
no explanation.
Oh, sorry. The Acolyte is my one honorable
right.
mention.
Okay.
So I say one.
Jen, what are your honorable mentions?
Okay, I have more than one.
I also,
It's like longer than my top 5 list. Okay, so my honorable mentions are The Acolyte, Kite Man, hell yeah,
Mhm.
Echo, the franchise, Masters of the Air, Slow Horses, and Bad Monkey.
nice.
Now, I will say this: any of these except The Acolyte could have been in my top 5.
Yeah.
Like that's how close it was
Same.
to. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Same.
You always talk about like Slow Horses and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Masters
So
of
you
the
know
Air.
my top 5 is going to be off.
bangers,
the
just straight banger after
Yeah.
banger.
It's
Love
really
it.
top 6. But anyway.
James, what are your honorable mentions, sir?
Should you mention Acolyte? Acolyte was right there, but it fell off. Shogun is right there.
Mhm.
Chimp Crazy on Max. I don't know if you guys saw that, but you guys
Yeah.
need to go watch it.
It was crazy.
There's craziness
Jump
happening.
crazy, in fact.
Chimp Crazy. Fallout is right
Ooh.
there. And then I got a couple zingers here. Simone Biles Rising. I watched it right before the Olympics. It was an awesome documentary of leading into the Olympics. Perfect Couple, also on Netflix, was really good with Nicole Kidman. It was awesome.
Mhm.
And then The Roast of Tom Brady.
It was actually good.
It was amazing, and it made like the news circuit for a good 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Those are mine. What about yours, young Phil?
So I've got a long list, and again, that's why I said I didn't want to do explanations because I have a long list. But my honorable mentions are Echo,
Mhm.
Mr. McMahon. So I don't know if anybody watched the Vince McMahon documentary, but Mr. McMahon, Masters of the Air, Baby Reindeer, to a point where Baby Reindeer is a running joke in our house.
Oh, okay.
It's along the line of the Pink Pony Club, right there. Baby Reindeer.
It actually is like that same kind of like line. The Acolyte, Knuckles, which actually was a pretty good series. Batman Caped Crusader.
I forgot that one too.
The Last Airbender. Terminator Zero. If nobody watched that anime, you need to go watch it. It's really good.
Last Airbender.
Kite Man, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. House of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Batch. And one that I watched recently, Nobody Wants This.
You know, and I need to watch that because I hear it's really good.
It's pretty funny. Yeah. So with that being said, now that we've gotten all the honorable mentions out of the way, let's take this away. SHDU.
Ooh,
you want to do the honors and
I'll do the honors.
So
I don't know how honorable they're going to be, but all right.
But we're starting with number 5.
Yes, we're starting with number. So are we doing like? Am I doing my entire list and then everybody else has their entire list? Or are we doing like 5? Then
just
5, 5?
Yeah, so we're all going to do our 5s and then all going to do our 4s.
I'll do the 4s. Great. So I'll say my number 5.
Okay. Number 5.
All right. So number 5 is Echo. Yeah. So I just wrote a little explanation. So, a departure from Marvel's usual fare, Echo is a series that gives much needed representation to a fascinating culture and gives us a very grounded story while properly reintroducing an iconic villain. So, yeah, it was very different from Marvel. I think that's probably a lot of the reason why I liked it. I wasn't expecting that kind of show. And so, yeah, it's my number 5. I really, really liked it. Solid. And forgot it was this year until I looked it up and I was like, oh, yeah.
Jen, what was your number 5?
Well, so I had a tie because
Here we go.
that.
Okay.
All right. The tie was, and they're both animated.
Oh.
Tie with the concept. All right. So I did X-Men 97 and The Bad Batch. So X-Men, they're both from Disney Plus. So I said, yes, I have to because they were both such great contenders and for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
The reintroduction of the X-Men with Cyclops gaining a spine and Gambit was such an amazing season of animated television. Whereas the conclusion of the Bad Batch's mission with a young adult Omega taking up the fight in the end was the ending we deserve for our favorite clones.
That is
great.
That's why they tied.
I think. Yeah.
Good beginning and a good ending.
Yeah. I
Nice.
agree.
I like it.
Phil?
So my number 5, given that my top 5 were all shows that all could have been my number 1. So let me just throw that out there, right? Like it was almost impossible for me to like parse these out into what was my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So just keep in mind, all of these easily could have been my number 1. Okay. My number 5 is Agatha All Along.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Wait.
Forget, wow. I will never forgive you for this. Never forgive you for this.
Your number 5.
Wow. My number 5.
There better be some damn good shows on the rest of this list.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. I'm going to hold off my skepticism for now.
My number 5 is Agatha All Along. Again, an amazingly written show. Again, introduced one of my favorite characters in Marvel, but also the woman playing my favorite woman character from Marvel. She's not even listening to me. Is also, one of my favorite women in existence. So, but along with that, again,
one of,
but not enough to be number 4. Or number 3 on
or
your
number
list?
2.
You'll see why when we get in there. And
but it won't be justified.
Again,
no. It's
again,
all shows with Aubrey Plaza.
All of these shows easily could have been my number 1. Again, this is me more parsing out all
that's fair.
What I consider the best shows of the year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're being judged. My number 5 was Tires on Netflix. I don't know if you saw it. It was only like 8 episodes. Real short comedy. It had Shane Gillis in it, and he wrote. And I think he might have directed a little too, but he starred and wrote some of the show. It's just a funny show, and it's just one of those lighthearted comedies. It's a little raunchy, and then, like, it's what I needed. I binged the whole thing in like one night. I'm like, this is it. It was fun. All right, number 4.
Seen it, so I can't say
go
that
check it
I'll
out.
never forgive you.
All right. So, number 4.
Hold on.
Oh.
Number 4.
Oh, we have transitions. All right. So, I was just like, oh. All right. Number 4 is House of the Dragon Season 2. Well, not as masterful as Season 1, and dragging a bit near the end, Hot D still continues to be an amazing series that almost, keyword almost, redeems the utterly banal ending of the show it's ostensibly spun off from. From the little character moments like David fucking around in his dreams, both metaphorically and literally, to major changes in the balance of power like Adam and his persistent dragon. Oh, and Aemon almost died, so, you know, that too.
There's a lot of amazingness that happens in that second season.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff that happens in there. I didn't put it in either just because I didn't, and I love dragons. I just thought it was a little too on the nose for me. So.
Jen, what's your number 4?
Fallout from Amazon. So I've never played any of the Fallout video games, but I have friends that tell me this series got a lot of things right. I love the quirky sense of humor the Vault Dwellers had and how they dealt with challenges. And the cast was amazing, especially Walton Goggins. And the trustworthy nature of the characters, just like in general, was delightfully odd, and I just adored it. So,
yeah,
cool.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Good choice.
All right, my number 4 is the Penguin.
Wait a minute. So Penguin is 4?
Yeah.
What the hell do you have at number 1,
dude? I think you didn't understand this.
You'll see. And I guarantee you guys are going to be like, "Oh, okay, no, that makes sense."
For
I highly doubt I'm going to say,
make sense.
"Oh, yeah, that makes sense." I might say, "Well, yeah, that's Phil for you," but I don't think I'm going to say, "Well, that makes sense," because I like my list. My list makes sense.
My number 4
list is the perfect list.
We don't need you to curry favor and kiss your mom's ass right now, man. It's
I'm not. My list is the best. Her list is her list.
He's trying to get out of doing the dishes. Leave him alone, man. Come on.
I'm not even there.
Yeah, he's in a different.
The way that I describe this to people is, it is The Sopranos set in the Batman universe. It is very much a very well written mob story, but like just twists and betrayal and everything that you want out of the Penguin. And yeah, that's my number 4. So yeah, we'll go with that. James,
I like that. By the way, I want to shout out 4s in the chat since we're on number 4. It's kind of perfect.
Number 4s.
Number 4.
The 4s effect is in the building. I like that. Woo. Speaking of, I let young Phil take all the heat on that one, but my number 4 is also the Penguin.
Yeah, but your number 1's probably like Bluey or something. So I mean, like,
Sheldon is even on his top 5. So
quit getting in my brain. Yeah, I enjoy the Penguin as well, and you know, it would have been a great show even if you changed all the names and not related it to Gotham City, Batman, the DC universe. It would have just been a good show, and I enjoyed it. So yes.
Yeah,
Penguin.
but the difference between that and like something like Kraven, because we said the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that them being the Batman characters did actually elevate it, I felt like.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like, oh hey, you know, here, let's just put a square peg in a round hole kind of thing. It was, we're going to shave off these edges so that it'll fit in the round hole. And I think that's what Sony's not doing.
Right. See, what I loved about what they did with this, number one, they did change his name, which is like the first time in publication history that they've changed Oswald's name. Right. His name is Oz Cobb in this. But I mean, at the same time, the essence of the character is the Penguin we've been waiting for since the first time he was portrayed on film.
Yeah.
You know, he is that mob, that the dude started from the bottom, that mob boss that runs Gotham. You know, the only thing I think it's actually a smarter choice to make him a gutter baby than have him be somebody of affluence that was rich and became a mob boss. Because when he's Cobblepot, when he's Oswald Cobblepot, remember his mom is a member of the Court of Owls.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, she comes from, in the original Batman story, the Cobblepots are one of the founding members of Gotham, the families of Gotham, right? So they're like one of the richest families in Gotham. He just happens to be somebody who became a mobster. But I love that you take that version of the character, put it on its head, and you make him a nobody that was a driver for the Falcons and becomes who he becomes. I think that is a great twist on that character, and especially in like you make a realistic version of that character. You know, he's not going to be a rich dude who becomes a mobster. He's going to be that foot soldier that works his way up and becomes the boss, and I love that.
Yep.
All right, so
that was my 4.
Yeah.
So yeah,
now to number
3.
All right, so for my number 3, I have Bad Batch season 3. It was season 3, right? Not season 4?
Yeah. No.
Okay, good. Was it?
Was it season 4?
You guys gonna make me look this up?
Hold on. I'm looking it up right now, so we don't have to. How many seasons were there?
I enjoyed Bad Batch as well.
Yeah.
Yes, it was season 3. I was correct. I don't know why I doubted myself. A satisfying ending to a great series about found family, loss of innocence, and dealing with grief. The Bad Batch has truly been among the best Star Wars animated series. So, yeah, this needs no explanation, really. Bad Batch was great. The whole series was really good, pretty consistently great. Really interesting seeing the rise of the Empire and how easily fascism and authoritarianism and all of this can take hold in a democracy and all of that, and really, you know, relevant to the times and to history and all of that, and had a lot of influences that came from outside the Star Wars universe as well.
God, that almost seems like something that's happening right now.
Loved it.
Well, also, it's like we never really saw the transition of what happened. Like the clones were at the end of, you know, Revenge of the Sith. Well, what happened to them after that? Because by the time we get to A New Hope, nobody's talking about clones.
Right,
They're
exactly.
just talking
We got
about
the
Clone
story
Wars.
of the clones and what happened to them through kind of their eyes. It's really
So I loved that perspective because it was different. So
yeah. Really cool. All right, Frey.
Sorry, it's my turn. I took a drink. I apologize. That is bad form on the podcast. All right, my number 3 is Shogun. So Husby's been trying to get me to read this book that the show is based on for a really long time, and so I decided to watch the show with him to see if I liked the topic, maybe I would read the book. But I was really surprised at finding myself loving it. The only way to watch it is with all the Japanese language in full form, and the cast was superb. Like Anna Swai, I love her. I love her so much. Yeah. The locations were beautiful, simple, and awe-inspiring. If you want to see a glimpse into the samurai culture of medieval Japan, it is a great show to watch. So I would absolutely go ahead and watch that.
Phil, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to bring this on until after we get through this set here because I just got really excited right now.
Okay.
My number 3 is X-Men 97.
Okay. Well, I mean, still.
Yeah. Now, X-Men 97 is easily one of the most perfectly portrayed comic book properties on in the animated form. Like just everything about X-Men 97 was amazing. The writing was good, the pacing was good, the characterizations, all of the new things they brought in, all of the ways that they took all of these storylines from the comics and integrated them into the show, and made something from the 90s, because it went from 91 to 97. But I mean, like it took this entire show and added to it in a way that didn't take away from the 90s show, and was on par, if not better. So in my top 3, X-Men 97.
All right.
James?
I give that to you. My number 3 is Agatha All Along.
Really?
Number 3. It's all
How
right.
dare
It's right
you.
there. It's not
I'm
number
just kidding.
5. It's not number 5. You know what I mean? You know?
I can't believe that that was number 5 on anyone's. This is ridiculous.
It's a travesty. I tell you, a travesty.
We all love Agatha. I think we're gonna hear more about Agatha very soon.
Maybe
in the rankings. So I'll just leave it at that.
Perhaps.
Agatha is great. All right. Well, that finishes number 3.
Phil, what was your...
Before we
What
get
was the
on,
thing? Yeah.
before we get into our top 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have a blast from the past. A host that hasn't been on the show, but he is the most. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, number 4. It's our boy Fours.
Hey! Hi,
Woo!
Fours.
How's it going?
From the depths of the vocal booth closet, Fours has returned.
Woo! Woo! All right.
What up, man?
All right. Number 3, Agatha All Along.
Okay.
That's my
Right.
number 3.
Cool. That works.
Actually,
Awesome.
real quick, let's go back. What's your number 5?
Ooh. This is gonna be the most awkward, weird choice, but that's what I'm about, awkward, weird choices. It is a show that came out on Netflix this year. It's called Rising Impact. It is a golf anime, and it's actually really, really good. And
Nice.
I
That's
want
not
to
the first time I've heard that.
I think the main golfing kid is played by the actor who plays Jimmy Neutron.
Ooh.
I think.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. All right. Cool.
Yeah. It was really, really good.
Nice.
But that was
What's your number 4?
Whew. I guess that would be my number 4. I really haven't watched a lot this year, unfortunately.
Welcome to the club, for us.
Yeah. I mean, I know what my 1, 2, and 3 are, but
Yeah. So your number 3 is Agatha All Along.
my number 3 is definitely Agatha.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So we're jumping into our number 2s now.
Well, it must be nice to come back and visit us, and Frey doesn't give you crap like she gave Philippe and I on our list. So welcome back, sir.
I missed the absolute crap out of you guys. At the end of the show, I have a bombshell announcement.
Awesome.
Great.
Oh
right.
gosh.
Let's get through these then.
So yeah,
Ooh,
SHDU. Let's move on, sir.
All right. So we're on number 2. All right. So number 2. Speaking of great Star Wars animated series, my number 2 is the second season of Tales of the Empire. So yes, my number 2 is Star Wars Tales of the Empire. This show saw explanations for many mysteries brewing for years in the fan base. It also showed us the slow descent of one Morgan Elsbeth, and provided hints on where the Mandoverse is going next in its canonical adaptation of Heir to the Empire. And so, Tales of the Empire was, I think, just like the first season, like Tales of the Jedi, it was almost like a canonical version of Star Wars Visions to me, because it has this, it's shorts, and it's like, we're going to tell this story however long it takes. Like, this story only needs this long, and so we can do that. I feel like was allowing creative to be creatives, and it really shows. I think it just was So number 2, Tales of the Empire.
It definitely adds like a new flavor when you go back and watch something else that they were in, like this same stuff that happened to Dooku, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Seeing what happened with Dooku explains a lot of what those characters are going through in the original.
It made me understand Morgan Elsbeth a lot more. It made me understand Ahsoka a lot more. The show.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you.
motivations.
I kind of forgot that it came out in 2024.
I did too, and then I looked. I was like, I had a list of here are all the shows from before. I was like, oh yeah.
Very cool. Frey, what do you got?
Mine is the Penguin. Number 2, the Penguin.
Sounds more like a 4 to me.
Shut up. All right. So they say that Colin Farrell is in this, but I never saw him. I only saw some guy playing Oz Cobb. And that guy, he deserves an Emmy because he was amazing. So it's not your dad's Penguin. This Oz would be comfortable on The Sopranos or Succession.
Mm-hmm.
He would take out all the mob bosses while getting a brain freeze from a slushie. Most of the characters get what they deserve in the end, except one sweet boy named Victor.
Oh, come on!
#avenge Vic.
Don't bring on my boy Vic. That's
why I was surprised that you put him so low.
Yeah.
How could you do that to our boy Vic?
Yes,
How could you do that to me, Phil? Philippe?
I still think that accent, Frey, sounds like the Long Island media. I swear it does. It's a dead ringer. It's hilarious.
You say dead ringer? I see a dead ring. Are you missing a ring? I think it's in your closet. Check the red purse.
Yeah, my boy Vic, though, like it broke my heart when they killed Vic off. I was like, no, come on.
Yeah, it didn't break your heart too much because Penguin wasn't in your top 2. So let's hear it.
You know what was good about that though? It's kind of like watching the Joker. Like you should not. They're an antagonist. You shouldn't be watching a film focused on the antagonist because it turns around and makes them feel like the protagonist. So the way they wrapped it up at the end brought him back to being that antagonist of like this greater story that's being told.
Did any of you guys watch the making of after?
Yes.
So they had the making of episode. Yeah. So they explained that is like, they don't want, like, you have to realize that he is a piece of shit and he's a bad guy and he is not a good person, and you have to remember that. Like you're rooting for Oz the entire time, and you have to remember that this dude is a ruthless fucking piece of shit. And this
but he's the hero in his own story.
Right.
He would rank Agatha all along as a number 5. He's a piece of shit.
No, Agatha all along would have been his number 10.
Because
you know what? We're not going to besmirch Agatha all along like this.
Because every villain should believe that they are the hero of their own story.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right.
So going on number 2, because I know Jen is like, she's like, what is his number 2 if the other ones are not in his top 2?
All right.
James? Oh, you best believe I'm listening to this.
Number 2 is from Netflix. We've mentioned the show before, but you guys don't give it enough credit. It's a fantastic comedy, fantastic story. It's titled Nobody Wants This. Look at you, stunned.
No, it's not mine.
You guys are stunned. It's a funny sitcom-y type show with a great story and a story you wouldn't expect.
It's in my honorable mentions. It's great.
Yeah, it's a fun show. The writing on it is amazing.
Right.
And all the jokes. What's her name? Kristen Bell is amazing in the show.
Yeah.
She's such a good anchor. So I say that was amazing.
Yeah, does she play a rabbi in that, or does she play?
No,
you're gonna watch it and then you're gonna see.
Okay.
Yeah. My number 2 was Fallout.
Ooh.
I could see that, and you are a gamer, so that kind of does make sense. I still don't forgive you for Agatha all along, but it does make sense.
Fallout again, I played the games. I am I'm one of the dudes that plays Fallout, and
You're a pit boy.
I wouldn't say I'm a pit boy, but I mean, definitely a very amazing adaptation of the games. Very much lives in the universe, and it's one of those things that I believe should be that should be the model for video game movies or shows or things like that. Is you don't have to make a movie or a show that is an adaptation of the property. Make something that lives in the universe that makes sense, right?
I do agree with that. I think that's a very good assessment.
Yeah, you can do a show or a movie with the characters from the games or from all that stuff, but make it an adventure that is not, a part of the games. Like, again, I've complained about Halo enough, so I'm not going to go like huge on that. But if you would have done the origin story of Master Chief, without ignoring everything that's gone on in the games, then that would have been a better property.
Yeah,
right. But
that's what I've always thought they should go for like a Mass Effect show or an Elder Scrolls show or whatever.
Right, and Amazon's doing Mass Effect, so I mean, I'm hoping.
Okay.
Amazon,
I have some hope. So,
but I mean, like again, Amazon has done a really good job with adapting properties, and so I'm not I'm not throwing out the faith when it comes to when they announce we're doing this, like they announced they're doing Voltron. I'm keeping hope that they're going to do a good Voltron because they did Fallout so well that I think that they can do that with everything. And again, it's 100% something that is in universe. It's not something that doesn't make sense in the games. Everything that happens in that show is something that you can connect to the games and make sense, even to the stuff that they added, right? Because there are times where you run into ghouls in the game, and you'll have ghouls that are like normal talking people, and then ghouls that are feral, right? And they gave an explanation as to why you see that in the games. They gave them that serum, and it's like, dude, that makes so much sense. I can't wait to see that in the game. That wasn't something that's ever been in the games, and it's like that is so cool because like you give a reason for ghouls not to be feral. You know what I mean? So I again, they added.
So you're saying that they made it make sense,
right? They took things that didn't make sense in the games that really didn't need an explanation in the games, but they added to the lore, and that's kind of what needs to happen with these adaptations. Is don't take a misstep and leave things out. Add to the world building and to the lore, and you get things like the Fallout show.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So no, it's solid explanation for number 2.
Yeah, this is why it's so high on my
list. I was still mad, but solid explanation for number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you can keep digging that hole. That's okay.
That's fine.
Fours. What do you got?
I got for number 2.
I actually did have a number 4, and I'm sorry I totally forgot it, but my number 4 was Cobra Kai season 6.
Oh, Cobra Kai.
Good number 4.
Not on my list. That's it. That's one of my honorable mentions.
The only reason Agatha had it beat was because Agatha had an ending. We haven't seen the end of Cobra Kai season 6, but
that's 5 episodes.
The hanger we have on season 6 was such an incredible twist and so just amazing because it makes you. We're basically in spoiler territory now, right?
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah.
So the way the show has you believing for such a long time that Miyagi at some point could have been a villain, and he's really not. He was just the way they set him up to make you believe, wow, Mr. Miyagi just is not this saint we thought he was. But then it turns out, no, it's not that he's not a saint. It's that he just understands what happens and what can happen at the Senkai Taikai, and history is bound to repeat itself. And lo and behold, it did with the knife. And that was, first of all, it was incredibly shocking when it went down. And number 2, very, very sad. And number 3, that is probably the best season finale fight scene we've seen since season 2, the all-out brawl.
Yeah.
That
Totally.
brawl, when you thought it was going to come to an end, they flip to somebody else. They flip to somebody else, and then they pan out. It would, if they had done it all in one shot, it would have beaten out season 1 of Daredevil is in terms of just an all-out brawl. Season 6 of Cobra Kai is out freaking standing. But Agatha has it beat because Agatha had a very proper ending.
Yeah,
so what's your number 2 then?
I thought his number 2 is Agatha, but I mean,
his number 2 is not. He hasn't said his
heard
number.
No, I had to give you my number. I had to give you my number.
Agatha was his 3. Agatha was his number 3.
Agatha was my 3. Here's my number 2. My number 2 is X-Men 97.
Number 2.
I knew it would be on.
I'm shocked. I thought it would be your number 1. So I am.
My number 1 will shock you, but no.
Okay.
Number 2, there's nothing I can say about X-Men 97 I haven't said before. X-Men 97 was perfection.
Right.
Period. Point blank. That's it. Right. I'm done.
That's why it's my number 3.
Remember it. Who said that?
All right. And so now we are going to present our final contenders, our final contestants here are
number 1.
All right.
I wish we had a better voice actor for that.
Number 1.
Oh,
in a world.
Number 1.
All right.
Number 1. I mean, sorry.
Number 1, bub.
I think you've probably seen this number 1 coming for about 7 miles now.
Okay.
But down the road, down the witch's road. It may just be recency bias, but my expectations for the show were pretty neutral. But they were met and surpassed at every turn of the road. From earworm musical numbers to WandaVision-style bits and settings, to No Straight Witches, to analog magic, and a truly touching story of reincarnation and fitting in. For the love of death, this was the best nerdy show of 2024. And needs no other explanation, of course.
Wow.
Definitely tell that he is of my blood.
Right, because Jenny was also Agatha.
He's your Wiccan.
Yes. If y'all didn't see this one coming, you haven't been paying attention. My number 1 is Agatha all along. I've been waiting. This is the show I've been waiting for since the moment WandaVision ended. This is how long I've been waiting for it. 3 long years. I feel like I was under that spell as well for 3 long years. It was not what I expected, but it was totally what I expected. And every person involved in the show deserves all the awards. The only nitpicky thing I have to say about my favorite show of 2024 is when they go down the stairs in the road in episode 2, the roots were a little Disney theme park ride-ish. But by the end, it all made sense. But at the time, it was a complaint. So the casting for the show was amazing. The writing embodied all the characters. The stuff that they changed in the show were changes based on what had already happened in the MCU. So I felt like instead of the changes being such a distraction, they actually were an enhancement, because like they still kept the majority of Wiccan's reemergence, I guess you could say, kept that pretty close. And like some of the stuff they did, they had to change some because in MCU, but that was it. So there were a lot of callbacks. Huh?
I called that from the beginning.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You were. I have given you all the props on that. You were like right there. But there were callbacks and unexpected twists in almost every single episode. I loved it. You thought, oh, this is the main aha moment. And then they went, no, actually it's this one. And then you went, oh, it's that one. And then they went, no, it's actually this one. So, I mean, there were so many things and it was great. So I could not have asked for a better MCU Disney Plus series. Everyone got what they wanted in the end and a new chapter was started. I could talk for 24 hours about this show, but I'm not going
And
to,
she
so I'm
has.
going to stop now.
And of course, rest in peace, Lilia.
Yeah. Oh, Lilia. And
All right,
have you thought about this? That Agatha's from Westview and that William Harper is from Eastview. So they're the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wicked Witch of the East.
Not
have y'all
Harper.
thought about that?
Not,
no, you hadn't. But
not
I
Harper,
did.
Kaplan. His last name is
Kaplan. I said Harper is Kaplan.
You said
sorry.
Harper. All right, Phil. What was your number one, pray tell?
My number one was the highest rated show of the year, got all the Emmys. Shogun.
Oh.
You're so Asian sometimes.
Shogun had some of the best writing, some of the best acting. The storyline was compelling the entire time. Every episode made you want more. One other thing you guys may not have noticed, and I noticed this, me and Jen had the same exact list, but we were our episodes were just different.
The shows are just in a different order, yeah.
Right, but it's the same exact shows in our top 5. Right. So as I was like, Jen, you can hate me as much as you want. We picked the same exact shows for our top 5.
How dare you betray Agatha like this? How
and I said at the very beginning that each of these shows were easily my number one. I had to rate them. That's all it is.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
it's
the problem with these
in a rating area. Yeah. So I mean, like all of these shows were all shows that I would consider my favorite show of the year. These are all shows that I most of them I've watched multiple times. You know, like these are amazing shows. And again, the way Shogun was written, the way Shogun was done, it's absolute perfection.
Yeah.
As far as
I will say that both of them are very rewatchable. Shogun and Agatha All Along. Because when you watch Shogun the first time, you miss some stuff. So when you watch it again, and I got the pleasure of doing that when SHDU watched them all again, that I noticed more stuff. And with Agatha All Along, I'm actually probably going to watch it this month again. And it'll be my 5th time watching it. I've noticed new things every single time.
And good shows are going to have that, especially when you have a show that has a good twist in it. You know, you're going to see things like that.
You see the setup and what they planted.
Right. You know, again, for those of you out there who may not have seen Shogun yet, it's a lot of it is also what I love about it, because it's the smart writing in there is it is two cultures clashing and each culture thinking the same thing about the other culture.
Yeah.
Right. So you have this Englishman who technically he's speaking Portuguese, but I mean, like this Englishman that is, I'm going to say, in the care of the Japanese,
right?
The prisoner. But I mean, like, you know,
under the influence of the Japanese,
he thinks the Japanese are savages. But at the same time, the Japanese think that he's a savage. Yeah. And they, like, you know, it's this, he's slow. The both of them are slowly understanding each other's culture and why they're the way they are and what advantages each one has. And again, it's an amazing melding of cultures, and it's so beautifully written. I think it was damn near perfect TV. Right.
Yeah.
But right. But so was Agatha All Along. So was Fallout. So was X-Men 97.
There were a lot of really good shows this year, I think is the conclusion.
You know,
it was a hard year. It really was.
Yeah, no, it was really hard.
But we've got James.
Yes, we have 2 more people.
Fours to
All right,
get through,
James.
so let's let them.
What is your number one?
My number one was Fours is number 2. X-Men 97.
Oh, there we go, baby.
It had to come in first. I grew up on the X-Men. Look, he's got X-Men shirt on. You know, it's one of those things where it's like we all love this show back in the day, and seeing it come back and then creating like an extension of the show grew up Like we all grew up watching this show, and now we're all adults. And now the show grew up. It's like, hey, this is the show that you loved as kids. Oh, that's awesome. But we're going to add another layer to it. And what they did with the characters on that show was amazing, and how they created so much depth with what was really an afternoon cartoon, right?
Yeah.
You know, to create that much layering with these characters and expand the stories. And what they did with Gambit, never saw it coming. Never saw that coming.
Remember it.
Let's also remember that it's probably Lenore Zahn's greatest performance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I love that show. We've all talked. I think we all had it on some of our lists somewhere. So
Yeah.
I love
Great.
that.
All right. So Forrest, what is your number one?
Again, coming out of left field, but nothing this year blew me away harder than Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc.
Oh man.
Oh,
This
look at you.
was probably the most emotional roller coaster I have ever been on in an anime series, and I've been through many, but this is why it beat X-Men, and it didn't beat it by much. I don't even call it a beat. I mean, it's barely, it's marginal. Demon Slayer won it for the absolute ironclad twist that they pulled on the main villain, Muzan Kibutsuji. And because you've got this series filled with all this crazy magical vampire lore, and they undo him with science, and it's mind-boggling how deep they go. I mean, there are so many participants. There is betrayal, there is test of trust, and what brings it all together is this gorgeous soundtrack at the end, where you think they're going to bring Muzan down, and then the whole demon castle just pops up out of nowhere, sucks every demon slayer in.
The Infinity Castle.
The Infinity Castle. And then Muzan issues his challenge to Tanjiro, and it solidifies now that there is bad blood between Muzan and Tanjiro, and the way they let that hang right there, once those credits hit and the epic track is still playing, my spine is still tingling, my heart is beating so hard. It's like, just give me 30 more seconds to see what happens.
Right.
But that episode, especially with the surprise of the explosion and the loss of the master and the wife and the children, and you're thinking in the first 3 seconds, oh my God, Muzan has literally this much power. No, the whole damn house was laced with explosives. That was not Muzan who did it. The master blew his own freaking family up to take this dude out. And wow. I was like, well, wait a minute. Muzan did not just he didn't. And then here comes the Earth Hashira. And then here comes Tanjiro. And here comes all of them. You think it's over. Nope. Here comes the castle. And then the challenge. And then you're left, and at the very end, you're left thinking to yourself, oh my God, where the hell is Nezuko? So, yeah, I was shaking at the end of that.
I haven't watched season 4 yet, man. I definitely need to watch it. But
yeah, it sounds good.
It's ridiculous. And it's so good. I'm
so glad that you're here for this. So we have this diversity of opinion, diversity of nerdiness, and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. I love how passionate you are about that too. Mm-hmm. I can see it and hear it and all of that.
And I just finished a fan dub of Demon Slayer as well.
Well, that also helps.
Hey, fresh in your mind is not necessary.
That's what I said. I said on my Agatha thing, it might be recency bias, but
it's those impactful moments that really leave you. Like, where does that leave you at the end? Where did Gambit leave us? Gambit left us hit really hard. Where did the 1970s X-Men costumes leave us. Like, oh my God, like X-Men was perfection start to finish, but it didn't have as many of those oh my God moments as some of the other series we got to see this year.
Yeah.
But clearly, in this Forza's humble opinion, nothing shook me like the Masters family and Muzan. That was the number one moment of the year for me. It was just absolutely sick. That and Cobra Kai.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to wait until it hits Netflix to watch it. So
it is on Netflix.
Season 4 is on Netflix already?
It's the Hashira training arc hit Hulu first. It just hit Netflix 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't know, because like they don't really advertise it. I usually find it's like, oh my God, hold on, season 4 is on here. I gotta watch it. Well, now I know what I'm watching tonight. So
great. All right, awesome.
Hey, so now that you're going down the road on your voice acting
down the witch's road
journey, how has watching anime changed for you?
How do I say this without sounding like a pretentious piece of shit?
Are you saying that you feel like you could do better than all of them?
You will be very surprised after some acting classes and some performance classes and some script reading classes and like 10,000 auditions and audiobook auditions and reading stuff and script working and team script working, and some pretty harsh revelations after talking to a few ADRs and other actors. You get your heart broken about a few things. A lot of the rugs are pulled out from underneath you. What you think, how you think the industry works is not how the industry really works.
Right.
See how the sausage is made, so to speak.
It's like when you find out you paid too much for your Michelin tire because all the tires are made in the same factory.
Right.
So SHDU, to your point, yeah, there are some things up on some of these platforms where you watch them and you're like, it's anime. And then, my Academy members and I, we watch through a lot of this stuff and we're like, no, we can do this better. But you know what the reason is? A lot of the time when anime comes over from Japan, many of these studios do not have the time to cold read scripts. They don't have the time to go through the audition process. They're picking people as quick as they can. They're picking who's available. They're getting them in the studio as fast as possible. They literally have hours to pump out dozens of episodes of things. So there really isn't time to get that director's feedback that you think something like maybe Dragon Ball, like a major thing would deserve. Like a new Dragon Ball Super movie, is going to get the time and the bread and butter and the love and the care. But, something like, if they're pumping out a crap ton of take One Piece, for example, on episode 1114. I mean, do you really think these guys have time to cold read these scripts and practice them? No, they got to get them pumped out. And that's where you can start to identify, okay, maybe this script was rushed. Maybe this person, because the character's not on screen, it sounds like they just read it off the paper. And you start to identify little things like that. Does it make it bad? No, it doesn't make it bad because that's the industry. That's just how it works. Do you wish that it could be better once you've seen what goes on behind the scenes? Yeah. But again, these studios aren't out to impress other actors. They're out to entertain the public. And as long as the public is entertained, then they've achieved their mission.
Bread and circuses, folks. Bread and circuses.
You know what I mean? So to answer your question, are there some things that I can do better that others can do better? Yes. Many things.
That was a hyperbolic joke for the record.
It's okay. I mean, it's a very realistic answer.
No, and that's really interesting insight too. I've never thought about it that way.
There are things that would just shock you.
Yeah.
That I'll tell you off show.
Ooh. Well, guys, speaking of the where we're going from here and everything like that,
And speaking of things we could do better than other people, we got merch, people.
We got merch, people. I'm hitting the button too fast.
We got merch, people.
Wait, do we have merch?
Yeah, merch.
All right, we don't have hat because
I was about to say, do we have hat or no?
No, Ming Chen has hat.
You have to DM Ming Chen
hat.
and he will sell you a hat.
Yes.
Right.
But we do have shirts. So again, DMS, distance learning.
Black shirts. We got white shirts.
Yep.
We got shirts.
We got all the shirts. We got the diversity of shirts.
The logo shirts in black. Yeah. I have a white
gray.
Shirt. I got I have a gray. There's a gray shirt on the screen.
Yeah. We've got a disconcerting cannon. So if you guys want the cannon, all you got to do is order that. The disconcerting cannon.
Right.
Is on back order.
Yeah, take out your enemies with the.
Right. It will not come. You will have to assemble it yourself. The instructions will be in Swedish, but speak English.
Made by IKEA.
You should understand the majority of it.
Right.
The majority.
It's called the Nordington.
Yes, it is. It is straight from Distance Nording as well.
Yeah, Distance Nording. It does come with 3 cannonballs. They are branded, stamped.
Yes,
with
you will have to buy the rest of them though if you want other ones.
Yeah. But they're paper mache.
Mm-hmm. So don't. It's
And then of course the Distance Nording tank. If you want one of those,
right?
It is. The size
we
of
only have one of those
still. It's the size of a micro machine, but I mean, still, it's a tank.
Yep, and we only have one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like tank tops. I would love a tank top.
So would I. I think in all reality, I think we do need to make a tank top.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put in, but we have the Malort.
But we have the Malort.
We have the Malort.
I don't know. I kind of want a navy blue 2025 Unipool Distance Nerding shirt.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, ladies,
riding on a unicorn.
Riding on a unicorn. Unipool riding on a unicorn. It'll be amazing. We'll get our artists on that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk schedule. Our schedule as of this moment is Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now, the download from 6:30 to 8:30, all the fun, of course, all the new segments that we're going to be bringing on the show, because why not? Let's have fun.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot of stories this month, so we're going to have fun. We're going to do some stuff.
Thursdays and Fridays, we're doing the build. So yes, the build is 2 days a week now. This week we've got Robbie J. Atkinson. She is a filmmaker. And she's going to be on the show. She had to reschedule from last month, but she will be on the show on Thursday. And then we have another filmmaker on December 6th. The makers of a film that is on Amazon right now called The Haunting of Hollywood. So that is another thing that we're going to be doing here. We're going to be talking with the filmmakers that have made those 2 films. That is our deal on this week. Thursday, of course, is Robbie J. Atkinson, and Friday, the 1-hour show, which is just the interview with the filmmakers that made The Haunting of Hollywood. So tune in for that, guys. We're going to have all the fun with all that stuff there. And I'm going to be building more stuff. At the moment, I am building the Space Shuttle Discovery.
Very cool.
Ooh, that'd be a good build.
Yeah, that's what
That is a good build. If you build it, we will shoot it into space. Not really, because it's Legos and it would fall right apart.
And by shoot it into space, I mean I'm going to throw it at Tyler when I'm done with it.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it won't break if you apply the Craggle.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Great.
Pluggables, let's hit it.
Pluggables.
All right. So let's do these pluggables, guys. Where's my mouse? Come here. Okay. Jen, actually, SHDU.
Hey. I have pluggables for both
Freight
of them.
Girls pluggables.
All right. So I am SHDU Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I do Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, lore for my own fantasy world, my own custom music, paranormal investigations, and so much other nerdy stuff. I am also on Frey's channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. Journals of the Peoples replaced Journals of the Classes. In that series, we'll go over the different peoples, races, or species that inhabit the worlds of D&D. In the meantime, we are filming Season 2 of Classified. I am also in the distance learning sphere, as you can see. I'm on the download on Tuesdays, which is the very show you're watching right now, the build on Thursdays, and sometimes on Fridays. And I am supposedly on Kyber Cave Productions. Supposedly.
All right. Fours, we need your pluggable, sir.
All right. Well, you can find me, absolutely. If you're still in the lightsaber hobby, then you can, of course, find Sound Fonts at saberfont.com. My content is up there forever, so feel free to check that out if you are still in the lightsaber hobby. Hey, if you're an independent content creator and you need a voiceover spot, on the cheap, hey, look at that. You can find me, Aaron Sikowski, on Fiverr. There are 3 gigs that you can choose from. Currently, I do scary voices, I do commercial reads, and I do character voices. You can find me over at Fiverr. Also, if you have a longer form project, then I am Mr. VOAA Ron at Casting Call Club. So you can find me there. Aside from that, I'm hopefully still part of the family here at Distance Nerding.
Always.
And until I see you next time, then may the 4s be forever with you.
Damn.
God.
Catchphrases.
Damn it. You know how I feel about him still having that catphrase? That's how I feel about that.
That's funny. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in our Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support us, the best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com, hit that button at the top, big blue button right there, and all you got to do is join the taco party, because you can join the taco party. Oh,
Hit the thing.
did I turn the sound off? I guess I turned the
Pew
sound
pew 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 pew.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, join the taco party. That is the best way to support the show. It helps us do more live events, helps us get more prizes, things that we want to give away. I want to give more stuff away. I miss giving stuff away.
Let's get more stuff
Maybe, maybe we need to start a Patreon. I don't know. Just something like that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, join the taco party. Now, of course, if you would like to follow us on all the social media places, we exist everywhere that there is social media. What the hell? We exist everywhere there is social media. All the places on the internets. If it exists on the internets, we are there. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's not X. I'm never calling it X. It's Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM. I probably need to make a Blue Sky. We'll do that sometime soon. Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's gained in a lot of different places. It's still mainly pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, Jahmez's glasses, sitting on a table, staring at you and judging you for 5 spot. Of course, SHDU, willing to do anything for pennies.
Like a 3-penny opera.
3-penny opera. SHDU will give you a hand job for 2 pennies. It'll happen. He's not even fighting it. He's gone. It's fine. All of the things, ladies and gentlemen, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to shoot us an email, all you have to do is head over. I'm missing my lines.
If you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, or want to watch the internet devour us and spit us out at the feet of Young Phil's horrible list.
At the feet of Jen, ready to bite your head off for putting Agathol along at number 5.
I cannot believe that. We will not discuss this again.
Hold on, what did I miss?
If you really want to send us an email about how much you hate that I put Agathol along at number 5, shoot us an email at dist.
Damn, it's good to be back.
I am writing that email out as we speak.
Did we lose James?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, He said in the private chat he had to go.
I see right there. All right, yeah. It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will read it live on the air.
Woo.
So somebody take James's line.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And keep nerding together.
Togetherness. Together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is now time for the dance party. Fours, for the first time in a long time, we're starting the dance party with you, so get ready. He's like, wait, why me?
Wait for it.
Oh, the colors! Colors!
Distance nerding.
I have a lot of options.
He's got a velociraptor.
Yeah.
Again, did not have a lot of options.
He's in the land of no internet. It happens.
Oh God.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.